self-destruct in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Cinco Squad. Cinco Squad.
What is up, everybody? Happy Thursday. NBA Draft 2022. What's up, Mike? How you doing? My name is Jonathan Sawyer. With me is my boy, Mike DeSanto, in the best team in the MLB, Yankees gear. I love it. How's everything going, brother?
It is going well. I'm excited for the 2022 NBA Draft. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't think, that we're going to be seeing too many for sure picks. I think there's a lot of places these teams can go with their picks, so it's going to be real interesting.
Everyone, we have a really a long show. We're going to do something like we did for the NFL Draft. We're going to sit here, go over the picks and everything. And, Mike, I think we have a third member. Did he get his – He got his Pat in the bandana.
Pat in the bandana.
What's up, Pat? Oh, he's gone
again. Such is the way of saying.
Pat will be back here in a minute, but yes, we're going to be doing just like the NBA draft, NFL draft. We're going to be doing just pick by pick, going over who picked who, and kind of just going through it. We're also going to recap some of the week sports. NHL's finals is coming down to the wire. Then we got NBA draft, NBA finals, of course, ended last week. Mike, we got a plethora of things to talk about. Let's get it rolling, brother.
Yeah.
So, what you thinking about for the first pick? We're gonna have Jamie join us and Pat, by the way, everyone.
When Pat comes back.
When Pat comes back.
From what I understand it doesn't surprise me necessarily. Supposedly Jabari Smith Jr. is out of Auburn, is the consensus number one pick. It's after that's the question whether OKC goes with Holmgren, Banchero, Jaden Ivey, guys like that.
Yeah.
But everything I've heard is Jabari Smith.
Right now, I just got an update as walking in the house, and one thing that I saw was Paolo Banchero has risen to the number one spot in the sense of from all the scouts and everything. So that's a real eye opener. I mean, we saw him a lot in the ACC. 6'10" forward who can take it to the hole, can shoot the three ball, can hit the mid range. My thing with Paolo that scares me is ultimately he has the Nikita Kucherov type talent, where he has that talent. And if everyone doesn't know hockey that's listening, Nikita Kucherov is a forward for the Lightning, and he looks like he's playing lackadaisical, but he's ultimately like the best skilled player on the Lightning and probably one of the best skilled guys in the league. That's what Paolo Banchero can prove, but I think he has to earn those stripes. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean it's tough for me, as you know, and anybody that knows me out there will know that it's tough for me to.
Mike's a huge Duke fan.
I'm massive Duke fan, No, I'm a North Carolina fan, so it's tough for me to give any Duke player credit, but I do have to give him credit. Yeah, he has a lot of talent. But if you look back at his film from Duke this year, he does look like he's the only guy that's jogging. I mean, he's still fast, but he's jogging down the court. But all of a sudden, he has that burst of speed into the paint, gets the back door, and throws it down. Or makes a mid-range shot, swipes out for a three. Like, he's a very talented guy. And he's tall. He's taller than I think it looked like he was compared to, like, when standing next to, like, Mark Williams.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that big until the
6'9".
NCAA tournament. Yeah, 6'9", but he can move. But I think he just doesn't – he needs to go to the next level, and I think that's great. Jamie P. has joined us here after a long day of swimming.
Uh-oh.
What up, Jay?
What's happening?
What's up,
Jamie joins us at an opportune time because guess what?
The pick is in.
The pick is in.
Pick is in, baby. You know they're going with Jabari Smith, SEC all the way, number 1.
Jamie, I just got an update as I was walking in the house from dinner that Paulo Banchero, by multiple sources, has risen to the number 1 spot.
No chance.
That's what I just got. I'm only going off of I don't agree with it. I think Jabari Smith is the best player right now in the draft. I don't think Chet Holmgren is. Chet Holmgren, I think, needs to put on some size. But not too much, right? Not the Greg. What's his name? From
Greg
Ohio
Odom.
State.
Greg
Odom.
Yeah.
Odin. Yes, I don't think you need to put that size on him. But boys,
I heard you guys rapping when I first got in about the size of Banchero, bro. When they played Kentucky in the first game, his size was definitely it was misleading because you figured this guy's maybe like a 6'7" swingman, huge arms, huge legs. Big kid, but then remember he had the cramping issues, which I think with the dehydration issues. And you're talking about a longer game in the NBA. So is Orlando risking possibly someone who's not going to be game fit and showing these same size with a longer game, more demanding that he's going to have to play a lot of minutes because Orlando's always been in rebuild. Who we got here, guys?
The Orlando Magic select
Jabari Smith.
Paulo Banchero.
I told you. Banchero goes number 1 overall to the Magic.
I guess they like him in the workouts, right? So
yeah, I mean, I guess so because that's what I said. I just got the update as I was walking in the house, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
So
that's it.
On the topic of Banchero, it makes me wonder.
Yeah,
he's listed at power forward, but his weight is more of a small forward. Where would you guys play him if you were Orlando?
At the 3 or 4. I think he can move the ball.
I'll tell you what, if he can become, because he did pass the ball really well when he was hitting shots, he kind of seems like maybe this could be Orlando's build of a Draymond Green type of character, but with more scoring potential from the outside. The guy has game everywhere. He can be physical. He can get offensive rebounds. He's probably going to have to defend the 4 because a lot of teams go with smaller lineups now. But
yeah, I mean, I think he's a more talented Draymond Green. Right, so he's got more talent, he's got more size, he's got more athleticism. In that aspect. So that's one thing that I see them having right now is that type of a player. I think he's gonna gel well with what's his face from North Carolina, Cole Anthony. I think he's going to gel well. That team is all young guys right now. So don't be surprised in like 3 to 4 years if that team sticks together and they can hold on to him. That team could be contending in the East right now.
Honestly.
Contending in a couple of years.
In the future, in like 2-3 years.
I said 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
If they stay together.
2 years at earliest.
My thing is this pick going to be a trade though? That's my thing. Is this going to be a trade?
Number 2
you use
the number 1 pick.
Use Banchero to get somebody big.
Yes, get someone that's. I don't. No, just use Banchero for a trade bait. I don't see that. I mean, Oklahoma City is on the clock now, so
if you're gonna do that,
hold on. What you guys sipping on? I didn't get to that. What you guys sipping on tonight? You got water?
I got a black raspberry flavored sparkling water beverage because I'm dehydrated, so doesn't taste bad either.
Yeah, I have 2 drinks. I'm actually sipping on 2 drinks at once right
now.
So
he's got 2 drinks.
One for this hand and one for the other one. I went to KFC. I went to a combination KFC and Taco Bell. John knows my love of those. And got some root beer. But after that, I have a Lynchburg lemonade from Jack Daniels.
So I got a mango truly. So
we're kicking it up as the night goes on.
Wait, so the Knicks moved up to number 4?
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then that means we have a trade alert.
Trade alert.
So if Chet Holmgren's upside is, we've seen Durant do it over time. It's not that much weight, but he definitely came in the league as a twig, and he dominated, and he's been an MVP at all levels, league, finals. They're saying Holmgren has the highest ceiling out of anybody in this draft, given his ball skills, given that he can be potentially a rim protector. He can extend the floor probably better than any big man, including Jabari Smith. Can we see him being the best player in the future of this draft?
Holmgren?
Who, Paulo?
Chet Holmgren.
No.
If you put weight on, he might be because he's a 7-footer that legit shoots the three.
No, 'cause I think it's proven over the last few years that I don't think that the first pick is always the best pick, right? So, and what I mean by that, and before you rip my head off, look at. I mean, I know we're going back to Curry's days, but look at Curry, he got overlooked. Look at Kobe, he got overlooked. It goes at guys like that. Like, I know those are the creme de la creme of the NBA, but like, look at those picks, and then look at like a Draymond Green, a Klay Thompson who fell long, and they're some of the best players some of the best players in the world. So, that says a lot. So, I don't know. I don't see. I very rarely ever hold my breath for the top 3 picks, just because it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
First of all, hey, what are we giving this suit right here that looks like he has? I don't know what those are hanging off the suit.
I give that a 2 out of 10. What are you doing?
The bling is about $250,000. I wonder if he rented that. I mean, that looks quite.
With this NIL deals, they're not renting. They're not renting shit. They're buying this stuff. You know them. They got to be flashy instead of taking. And this brings up a good topic for us. Ultimately, to talk about is before they get their NIL money, should they take classes to earn that money?
Right.
Now we're talking about college sports right here.
Yeah.
I think Jabari Smith has got picked because he's smiling pretty good.
Oh.
Well, yeah, he probably got the call, and OKC could definitely use a reliable big man right now.
No, gentlemen. Hold on,
what?
Get to the graphic. The Oklahoma City Thunder have selected Chet Holmgren.
Oh, pa.
Actually, have they or have they not?
No, they have not.
Hold on, they have not. They showed the graphic too early. They showed the graphic too early. The selection is.
I don't know, because they were smiling.
Chet Holmgren.
Yep.
Yeah, Jabari was smiling, and then Chet tried to get up. So I was like, I don't know who's maybe Jabari was happy.
Maybe he's happy because OKC is predicted to be the team in the cellar for 2 more years. So he's probably happy. Thank goodness I'm not playing for the last seed in the West for the next 2 or 3 years. How about Chet's dad at a solid 6'11" right next to him? What a tall family. The little sister looks like she's about 6'6". And then he got Run Pump Pimp C next in the pink hat. I don't know who that is.
I don't know. My TV froze, so I'm not getting anything at this point.
Chet with the bling too, man. Chet has some pretty respectable bling on himself right now. He's
guys. We're going to be seeing this more and more and more. They already had flashy suits before. They already had pretty flashy.
His suit's a little more. His suit's a little less flashy. He went with the traditional black on black on black.
Yeah, so, but I'm saying they always go flashy, but now you're going to see a little bit more each year because of this money. I mean, the money. Well,
let's get back to your debate, right? Are we saying that it's a good idea that these players have to commit to at least showing interest in an education to get paid?
Correct.
They're not getting paid to be educated, are they? They're getting paid to entertain. I mean, at the end of the day,
my thing is how many athletes. I want to hear the statistic about how many athletes going to be a pro career end up failing out of being a pro career, not because maybe an injury or whatever, and take their first maybe let's say 10 million and absolutely blow it instead of investing it. That's what I'm talking about. Is not forcing them to ultimately say, okay, you're going to be a one and done. Paulo, you already said you're going to be a one and done in the beginning of the year. Okay. So instead of him sitting there taking first year math or first year English, all right, we want you to take professional class, a business class, how to invest your money 101, what to do with your first $1 million, and have former NBA players come in and say, look, I was a $10 million player. Now I'm a garbage. There's an NFL story on, I think, a 30 for 30 that it was a guy that made like $40 or $50 million playing football. And now he's a garbage truck man.
Bro, Allen Iverson blew almost 150 mil, right? So,
but that's what I'm saying is these guys, they see all the I mean, look at Gronk. Gronk is a perfect example. He didn't spend one game check.
Yep.
He lived in an apartment because my wife, Malin, she used to help when she worked at Best Buy. Used to help this guy that for the house and audio equipment, and Gronk was renting his like apartment up top.
Yep.
Like a small apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, like 1,200 or 1,500 square foot. Not big, not at all. So, I think that's for me, it's like they should be taking these classes to help them when they get out there. To be realistic. Hey, look it. Don't go spending on a car. Don't go buy your mama a house. Maybe buy her a small house, but don't go buy her in her house.
Well, that's not a smart It's probably not a smart first investment, right? Like, and I agree with you. And here's the thing, right? I think that when they're coming into college at that point, their minds are already pretty set on I'm the man. Unless they respect somebody's game enough to say, hey, I respect you, Steph, as a mentor, or whoever in the league they see as a mentor, and they wouldn't take that advice. I think the impact can happen at the AAU level in their junior year of high school. And here's why I say that. Because you're still very impressionable at that age. You still have a lot of respect for NBA players. The AAU can bring in NBA players at that level, and whether they put on a clinic for the best of the best, and that's part of the clinics, is financial education, knowing that these kids are projected to be signing as top recruits. Then they can start educating before they even put pen to paper for these NIL deals, because that's when they're going to have to be educated long before they become a freshman in college. Right now, they're going to be asked to manage money and be a face of a brand, or have to learn how to manage their name as a brand from an 18-year-old, which a lot of kids didn't have to do before, other than LeBron James or Kevin Garnett, or not even Kevin Garnett, more just like a LeBron James, right? So,
and I agree with that. I agree with that point. But I also think it doesn't need to stop at the high school and AAU level. It needs to keep going through college, because the money gets larger, and the larger it gets, the more their eyes open. But hold on, Jay, before we keep continuing, let's welcome again Pat in the bandana.
Pat in the bandana.
What up, Pat?
Again. Sorry, guys. Spectrum does not like our podcast, apparently.
No. Let's not put that name out there in public, and let's say this company doesn't necessarily like me today. You never know.
Right. Today, some company does not like us.
So from the looks of it, Houston's about to take Jabari Smith. They just showed him on the
100%. You can't pass on Jabari Smith, because last year they went guard heavy, so they're not going to go with the big.
You know what's interesting is there's a trade package right now that will send Kyrie to the Lakers.
Yep.
And send Russell to the Rockets.
Yeah.
And send Jalen Green and a couple picks to the Nets. That would be interesting.
Why would you take?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's beyond me why Houston would make that decision. So I don't think.
No idea. I agree with that. I like Russell. I loved his game when he was a younger guard and whatnot. I think that move was maybe 6-7 years ago. If he was going to go to the Lakers, or if he was going to go contend with another, like a big three. If he was going to contend with 100%. Someone, I think it was like 6-7 years ago.
100%.
Pat, what we were discussing, just to fill you in, we were discussing is a lot of these kids, we were talking about all the bling that these guys have on their jackets and their chains and everything like that. And they always have for years, right? But now it's getting a little bit more,
it's
more out there.
Chunky. It's chunky.
Chad's necklace is like that big.
Like,
big as in, guys. Big as in.
Jabari Smith Jr.
All right, so forward, center, forward. And I believe we're probably going to see the first guard come off right now, even though Sacramento has drafted guard after guard after guard. I think Jaden Ivey comes off the board right now.
Yeah.
If they were smart, they would take Keegan Murray, because Keegan Murray is probably a more solid pick for them right now to take. But I think they'll go with Jaden Ivey. The Kings have been known to go with the best guard in the draft.
I think Jaden Ivey is one of the most underrated players in this draft. Even though
you guys know I drank the Kool-Aid.
Even though he's going 4.
I was talking Purdue up. I love the kid. I thought he was going to take them into the Final Four.
I thought, you're not the only one. Jay Billis said all year. Every time I listen to Jay Billis, he said Purdue. Oh yeah. I thought the same thing. I did the same. I drank the Kool-Aid. I was like, Purdue's going to be the best team. And then I saw them lose to Michigan. I was like, dang, this ain't a really good Michigan team. So they're losing to them by like 20.
Purdue's always had the team that could do it, but they never had the over the top guy.
Correct.
And Ivy's the closest.
But Ivy was,
yeah.
But Pat, just to
Yeah, what's up?
We were just talking about should these guys. So Paulo came out and said it pretty much in the beginning of the year he's probably going to be a one and done. I mean, they don't come out and say it, but it's pretty much written on the wall. It's everywhere, right? So should these guys, because they're now getting NIL money, should they have to earn that money other than off the court? And what I mean by that is, should they have to take classes to learn how to balance and invest that money so they can make that money double, triple, and quadruple? Because how many athletes do you see go 3-4 years in the league, make about $10 million, let's just say, in the NBA because it's higher contracts, and then all of a sudden, they're never in the league again, and then they're broke. They're working as a school teacher. They're working as an accountant, something else, because they blew all their money as soon as they bought their mama house. They bought someone this, bought someone that.
Right.
Like that's the.
Then you're out of the league.
Exactly. So many players should have so much more investments and invest in things. And do you think that should be something that they be mandatory for them? And every time they succeed in these classes, okay, we'll release some of your NIL money. So it's ultimately like you're earning on the court, yes, but you have to earn it on the classroom as well, because
that's a really interesting point to have a class set up for your business management, basically, is what you're describing.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see these guys venture off from their agents and get a true financial advisor who's not a yes man. You're not getting this guy from a circle who's saying, yeah, buy that Range Rover. Like, yeah, that chain looks dope. Get it. I don't know these guys personally.
Or buy that $100,000 suit that you don't need that you're going to wear once.
Yeah. I mean, shit, man, put it in stocks. Like, don't go crypto. Like, get a true financial advisor. And I'm sure they would say that in a business management class for sure, man.
Well, you couldn't tell Tyler don't style out when he was in the draft. Don't tell Tyler that, boy. He's modeling.
So, I mean, like, do your thing. This is your moment. I got no problem with a nice ass suit,
of course, yeah, 100%. This is once in a lifetime.
Yeah, but there should be a limit at that. So your financial advisor would say, "Here's the deal. Let's look at what we're willing to spend on draft night. We don't have to go $100,000 suit, $100,000 chain, $100,000 weekend blast because you're about to get signed for 15 mil. How about you limit that budget to $50,000? That includes bringing your family, paying for your family, all this. Let them be a part of this experience and all that. And speaking of bringing the family, if you guys are looking here, pretty interesting what they did with the first top 3 picks. They have a sofa doing the interviews, and they're bringing their parents on the sofa with them, and they're interviewing the parents and the kids at the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And dad is getting a little bit of credit here because Mama's not up there on her own. Mama was up there with Paulo, but Mom and Dad were up there with Chet, and Dad was up there with Jabari. So a little love for the dads here falling up on Father's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, they should have invest in a good financial advisor. And I think me personally, we went to school. Mike and I went to school. With Idris, and we went there. They weren't in class all the time. They were barely in class, and this is a small school. Now, the St. Bonaventure is a small school. They have a lot of following, but they're obviously their campus isn't like Duke or whatever. So when it comes down to it, I agree with you. I think they should have financial advisors now on the teams, maybe instead of the classes. Okay, have financial advisors on the team. Be like, okay, you have to meet with this guy once a week to see what you're doing with your money and what you should be doing with your money.
Yeah,
but then that gets into college personnel too. And does the college want to pay for a guy that advises them?
They did go with Keegan Murray. The Kings actually made a smarter pick. They're so they love the guards, and they've actually gone with Keegan Murray. A solid pick. A lot of people are saying that he might be most pro ready at 21, pro body, fundamentally sound, shoots the 3 at 40%. The guy plays probably more fundamental than all the rest of those guys, and his game is more built than all the rest of those guys that have already been there before him. Kudos, man. I think the Kings actually made a pretty smart first-round pick here. First time in a long time they've done that.
Now it comes to development. Can the Kings develop?
Well, now, yeah, exactly. Now the thing you were saying earlier makes sense for me now more that they drafted a guy like this is, the Mike, Jamie and I were talking about earlier. Apparently, Jordan Poole could be on the block to be traded to the Kings for some picks for the Warriors.
Whoa.
And that could be huge ultimately. You know, that's I mean, Jordan Poole, proved himself this year. And you know,
big reason the guy shit, man. Big reason.
Him and Andrew Wiggins. Steph, of course, right?
Right,
but
those guys stepped up when your other two big guys couldn't.
Exactly. And speaking about college sports, how about the biggest news of the day in college sports? It isn't basketball. Archie Manning committed to Texas.
Yeah.
I called it.
Understand that.
I called it.
You called that,
Texas.
Mike?
I said Texas.
He called it right after he got the update.
Me too, man. Me too.
Get out of here.
I had him on my my big board going to Syracuse this whole time, but we were a dark horse, but we were in the running.
We were in there. We were in there.
He's visiting all Southern schools. The one school he visited is the one that gets 5 degrees in the winter.
Hey, hold on. What's this dome?
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
JMA dome.
At some point, even though he signed with Texas, Texas will be in the SEC. The problem is they'll probably be in the cellar of the SEC. So I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that he didn't go with Ole Miss. Right?
I don't know. I think Texas.
I am shocked he didn't go with Ole Miss. But if you're not going to go Ole Miss, another team that is ready to win right now, who could use a star quarterback or potential star quarterback and contend with Bama, given their star-studded recruiting class, is A&M.
No, the University of Notre Dame.
Right. So
y'all already got Derek, Coach Carr's grandson.
So
why do you need anybody else?
Because we need all of them.
And everyone kept saying like, oh, like. I can't believe he didn't go to Ole Miss. I can't believe Ole Miss. Well, realistically,
probably didn't want to play for Lane Kiffin. Come on, let's be real here.
Why not, bro? Why not? Pro style offense.
The personality. No, I totally get it.
Lane Kiffin's at Ole Miss?
Yeah, bro.
When? This year?
Like 3 years ago.
Lane Kiffin's been there,
All
bro.
right, take yourself off, John. Take yourself off.
I thought he was I thought 3 years ago. No, he wasn't. He was at Florida Atlantic.
He was at Florida Atlantic 2 years ago. This is going to be his third year.
His third.
Yeah.
All right. Damn.
He had
his first year must have been COVID then. The COVID year.
No.
Hold on.
It had 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
That one play with Elijah Moore when he got that long ball and he tossed the clipboard in the air, fucking like 70 yards in the air. That was his first year.
Yeah, 2020. 2020.
Then he had Matt Corral.
So it was okay. So that's why I don't even consider 2020 a college any sports type of year, really. To be honest with you, like I forget it's even the sports year. I'm just like move on to the next.
It's crazy because that's when Syracuse won the national championship, 2020. We all remember that. We seen it.
Yeah, we got gypped out.
Mark it down.
2020, 1959.
Yeah.
All right, so Detroit, listen up. Detroit,
you needed a boy from Elmira to do
Detroit
it.
Detroit did good with Cunningham last year. I think that was the right pick for them.
Easy.
Yeah.
Obviously,
do you agree with the Jeremy Grant trade? Because Jeremy Grant was one of the most.
I do agree with the Jeremy Grant trade. I do.
He was the most consistent player on that team all year.
I'm
not saying that as a Syracuse guy. I'm saying it as a looking at the statistics. He was head and shoulders above everybody on the team. So do you trade? Why would you go and sign him to a big contract and then all of a sudden trade him away? You know what I mean?
Well, because Portland came knocking with the right price and what they wanted in exchange, what they see for their future. And they see Cunningham. They want to develop Cunningham, and they need that 1-2 combo in the guard. And they're going to go at Jaden Ivey probably right now, which is the right
Cunningham is like a Jeremy Grant.
Huge.
Yep.
If Ivy wasn't there, I was going to say AJ Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin would be smart.
AJ Griffin, okay.
Interesting.
You think he'll go that high with all the injury history? And he was more of like a spot up shooter showcased at Duke.
I don't know because by the same token,
all he did was sit in the corner
Smith
and out threes against Syracuse.
Questions of the fact that he didn't show up.
Right.
They have 3 potential options right here coming in for Detroit. Benedict Mathurin from Arizona could be an interesting pick. High flyer, really explosive, can definitely turn the game around on a dime. And if they reach, and I doubt they'll reach for him, Johnny Davis.
Ooh, really? Wisconsin.
That'd be high for him.
The Johnny Davis?
The Badger.
Yeah, he's like the 5th ranked guard right now.
Yeah, but he's also a game-changing guard.
The pick is in. I think it's Ivy because
it looked like he was crying.
Yeah,
that would be a smart choice.
The Detroit Pistons select
Isaiah Thomas.
Yep.
Jaden
Ivey.
Got him again.
That's going to be that's going to be
as
nasty
predicted,
guards.
these were the 5 names that everybody spoke about. So no surprises in the top 5 at all right here.
Yes,
Just
sir.
the order.
Yeah, just the order.
Like I said, I walked in there. Paulo Banchero went 1.
Who did you guys have going first overall? Now that we know how
Jabari.
the top
Jabari.
5 played
Jabari.
I have Paulo.
One at a time, fellas. What?
Jabari.
I have Paulo.
John? Yeah, I had Jabari also. I thought he was the more dominant player. Pio, I mean, he showed that in the clutch. He wanted the rock and did stuff with the rock. But
John
Jabari just has
wins
the
the
size
number
and
1
the shot.
prediction. Go ahead, John. You get the rant. Go on.
What?
So you won the number 1 prediction.
I don't know.
Go ahead,
I don't know if anybody else did a stuff the squad for this week, but I did.
I did.
I have a good one. Okay. Cool.
I got one going too, baby. Let's go. Whenever you guys want. I mean,
John,
it's free for all.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Yo, you know what you're seeing? You know what we're seeing here? That's a reoccurring theme. All 5 guys, all their parents were big time players, or contributed on it
at some level.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Jaden Ivey's mom like a big time player at Purdue?
Notre Dame and in the WNBA early days.
Okay.
She's an
assistant.
She's a head coach in Notre Dame now, I think. Because
she head or assistant?
Assistant head coach. Yeah.
That's why I didn't go pro. I'm a product of a
coach.
truck driver and a teacher, so I couldn't go pro, guys.
Oh, congrats to your mom on retirement.
Yes, congrats.
Congrats,
mom on retirement.
Long time
Congrats
coming.
to
Long
Mama
time
Bandana.
coming.
So that means you retired?
Mama bandana, yeah.
Mama bandana. And while we're on the congratulations train, guys, I think it's only right that while we were on air, we congratulate Mrs. Malin Sawyer for graduating from the Police Academy, Miami-Dade Police Academy. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Here you go, May.
Hard work paid off.
Miss one view.
10
Thank
months.
you.
10 months.
10
10
months.
10 long months.
10 months in
COVID and all that crap. It's finally over.
So they're comparing Jaden Ivey to their current NBA comparison is Ja Morant. Is he going to be that good?
He is that explosive. He's that explosive, but I don't think he's going to be that impactful in year 1 or year 2.
Because I think they're going to mold him to not be like that. Because ultimately,
you got Cade. Why would you?
Yeah, you don't need it. Well,
That
no,
could be-
I mean,
that could be a good guard combo.
Ja's
No.
more of a like. I wouldn't say Cade is more like Ja. I mean, I would think
No,
Ja is his own bracket. Honestly, I think he's just he's
Ja is
fast.
the closest thing to Allen Iverson
Yes.
that I've seen in the last 25 years.
Yes,
right.
So
I would say he's more of a controlled early. Don't chop my head off, but
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. Like, you know how Russell, every time he'd go to the hole, he would be so explosive to the hole, he'd be under the basket. He'd be like, shit. Like, he's more of a controlled Russell Westbrook. When he gets to the open lane, he just goes and he finishes though. But yeah, that's a good pick. I like this pick for them. I mean,
smart pick.
Who are we thinking, Indy?
Well,
One of the
I hate
guards?
to say, I don't. I'm pissed off that he decided to go, but Shaden Sharp would probably be a good pick here for them. Benedict Matherin's on the board. They're definitely going guard because they need to build that backcourt. So
I was waiting for the Sharp talk, man.
Yeah, the 3 players up now: Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, and Dyson Daniels from the G League is who they have as the next 3 rated guards. Indiana's Indiana's normally drafted on the smarter side when they don't go for risk. So maybe they take the G League guy because they've kind of had a look at what he's like against older competition already. So we'll see here.
What about that New Zealand guy?
Yeah, he's definitely kid from France.
Yeah. France or New Zealand? Is that the same guy?
Yeah, he's a 19-year-old French national player. It's Manny Dieng. He plays in New Zealand.
Dude, they're saying this guy, he blows people away, and old people don't even want to play with him because he's making just wizard moves on the court.
I think he's the sleeper pick of this entire first round. Whoever steals him.
Who's that?
Indiana Pacers.
It was Manny Dieng, the French kid.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah,
I really have.
There goes Mathurin.
Benedict Mathurin.
All right, so they went with the high flyer.
Well,
so we got
compliment Brogdon a little bit.
Thank God you're evens.
Yeah, here I go trying to have to spell this thing.
Double N.
The
Double
world
N.
is waiting.
There was this. It was kind of funny because like we were at dinner tonight and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden this like tall dude. I'm looking up, and he like you know how you like, normally look up, someone's like here, and like I just kept looking up. I'm like, I was like, oh, and my man was like, I think he's the guy's a scout. So I should have got the guy and be like, so what are you guys talking about? I heard Mount Vernon, and I know that's a prep school or there's also college too. So I don't know, but it's
probably a prep school. That I think Mount Vernon Prep is way more well known than a college.
Yeah,
True.
I've only seen the college a couple times in the tournament. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Forgot an N. Be honest.
Hey, how about this for Benedict Mathurin? Grew up playing ice hockey, and he was a quarterback.
Damn.
Pretty
Smart man.
A very unusual three-way athlete with ice hockey, football, and basketball.
So do you think the
he
idea
also speaks 4 languages? Wow.
Crazy.
Impressive.
Do you think the idea for the Pacers here is to get somebody that can run the floor to complement
100%.
They don't have
a gritty guy named like Brogdon and then the big and Miles Turner? Yeah.
They don't have anyone. Like the last guy that was there was Oladipo from my remember.
I was just gonna say they're probably trying to get an Oladipo.
No, at one point with Oladipo and Paul George, they were one of the better backcourts that had.
Of course, 100%. Yeah, I mean, when everyone said like, "Oh, you guys got Oladipo," the Heat, I was like, "I'm happy about that. That's a good bit." They're like, "No, he's washed up." I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, "How's he washed
You just
up?"
had to be in the right.
He just had a ACL injury.
What do you expect from him?
ACL injury.
Yeah, and it was bad.
Oladipo and Wiggins are the same in my mind. They made the right. They got to the right teams, right situations for those guys.
Wiggins should resign there 100%. Wiggins should never leave that team. I mean, in my opinion,
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
why would you?
I mean, maybe
Steph trusts him. Steve Kerr trusts him, and those two are the only ones that you really need to, because ultimately, you know, Draymond hypes him up. I mean, there's times that like a lot of times, like I heard in interviews that like Steph or Draymond would be like, "Oh, we like ripped into him, like dude, like you're a talented player. You just need to go to that next level and go and stop holding yourself back." And I think that's the biggest thing is don't hold yourself back. If Paolo. So you back to your question after thinking about it. If Paolo doesn't hold himself back,
right,
and actually goes to the next level and gets there, he could be one of the best players out of this draft.
Okay,
because he went number 1.
30, 10. No, not only that. I mean, he could have went 5, and I would have said the same thing.
Easily, man.
He could go 30, 10, and 5 every night. If he wants to.
He has the skill set. He's got the body. It's the Orlando Magic, though. Are they going to develop you?
Or trade?
Like the Pacers. The Pacers is actually a good organization under Larry Bird.
Yeah,
they will develop him.
He's kind of taken a little bit of a backseat as of late, I think, in terms of a lot of these decisions.
But he's got people in the position to make the decisions. He chose them.
Yeah. Here's what's interesting when we look at Golden State, right? Golden State is probably one of the only teams that can boast saying, hey, at some point we had a former number 2 pick who should have been the number 1 pick. Greg Oden was a huge risk for Portland in his class. And then they get a number 1 in Wiggins to come in. And both of those guys, obviously Durant a little more impactful than Wiggins, but both of those guys end up being huge influences for Golden State at the right moment, right? Like in the finals. They both stepped up tremendously. Not too many teams can say they got a former number 2 and number 1 to come in during a dynasty run, right? So Golden State benefits once again from having a culture that can attract that, and then taking that former number 1 or 2 and putting them in a position to be successful is another skill in itself. That you look at Steve Kerr's resume, and they're saying right now he's probably a top 5 coach of all time already.
Yeah. Well, remember when let's go back to like when Mark Jackson got fired, or got let go. Whatever.
Mama, there goes that man.
What?
His one famous line.
Yeah, Mama, there goes that man.
And we'll take Steph Curry.
It's funny
Those are
too
two
because
lines.
now listening to him, like hearing him and Van Gundy are like a perfect pair because like
Bro, they're like
Jackson will say
like
something,
big
and
brother, little
everybody
brother.
like,
Yeah.
no, he doesn't. What are you talking about? That's a terrible. Like, it'd be funny as hell because like everyone agrees with Van Gundy, and like Mark Jackson looks like an idiot. It's just so it's hilarious. But like looking back at it, everyone was like, "How do you fire this guy that took the team to the NBA Finals? I think that year, or Western Conference Finals." And I look back, it's like, okay, they made a great call.
You know what? And I've heard an interesting comparison that makes a lot of sense. Mark Jackson is the Eric Bieniemy of the NBA.
Interesting.
Oh,
Very
It
interesting.
seems like on paper he should have a head coaching job, but for some reason he doesn't, and no one ever
All right,
hires
guys, the pick is in.
You should.
Portland's pick is in. Who you guys got? Who's Portland gonna go with?
I'm going New Zealand.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Daniels.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Daniels.
You gonna go Dyson Daniels?
Oh, man, Carroll.
Portland Trailblazers select.
You might collect kids from Baylor. Jeremy Sokin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Shane
Yeah,
Sharp.
Sharp.
Sharp. Okay.
I don't know why they have Kentucky up there because you never played a game for us, kid. You should have your high school up there. Get out of there.
That's
Not
false valor.
Not bitter or anything.
Wait, what?
Not at all.
Wait, he got hurt?
Not at all. No, they just redshirted him.
Oh, so
And
why
then
did
he left?
leave?
So I'm making the Bucks now. Let's go.
What? Shane Sharp, man of mystery. Hold on. So anybody that's watching, look at the screen.
Oh my god, it would be great if like his name came up with a bunch of question marks after it. Like we don't know.
Shane
I'm out.
Sharp?
That company's messing with me too, Pat. That company.
He's British?
Shaden Sharp,
Yeah.
Canadian.
He's Canadian, but I think they just
Yeah,
said,
he's-
I don't have the audio.
No,
on it.
he's
I think
another
they said
Canadian. He's
Ooh.
another
he's a
Canadian
British
one,
heritage.
bro.
This
Canada
is the most
basketball.
mysterious guy.
Canada basketball is on the
Wow.
rise with how well they developed the AAU program. Look, this kid has it all. I'm so disappointed I didn't get to see him play for us. He has it all.
A
He can
6'11" and a half wingspan.
Yeah, he can
At
jump. He
6'5"
can
and a half?
defend.
Wow.
He defends any position. The kid is quick. I mean, it's
Honestly,
such a shame we didn't get to see him
what
play a
Honestly,
game.
a great
Okay,
compliment
so
for
what if they
Dane.
made a rule that you couldn't leave after eating it if you got redshirted?
Or you had to play X,
That's
Why that
bullshit,
wouldn't fly.
play X
That
amount
wouldn't
of
fly.
games to leave.
Kids would just go to the G League or go international then because they'd feel
Yeah.
restricted.
Yeah.
I
Well,
get
most guys are doing that anyway.
Quit college.
But
That's
how
always
many-
an option.
Okay, so let me ask you:
Don't
how
stay
many of
in
the G
school,
League
kids.
guys? Hold on, Mike. How many of the G League guys have succeeded in their draft since they've been doing that? Since they've been going to the Ignite?
Jordan Poole came out the G League.
Yeah. So did
No. Not from college. That didn't
Right.
go to college. They went to high. They went
Okay.
to high
The
school.
immediate
That's a
G
good
League
question.
guys.
That's a good question.
So I know Jordan Poole came from. He played at Michigan, so he had some tape. But like a lot of these G League guys, is it the right move for them to go? Like because I don't know. I can't. Maybe the guy that was supposed to go to Syracuse that now plays at OKC.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me going on that. Man.
That pissed me off so bad, bro. It was such a hurt.
All right.
Syracuse has lost
could
so
someone
many
look up
guys.
that name? Someone look up that name though, because
He's on Oklahoma City.
Bro,
Okay, hold
that
on.
pissed me off so much. Him and another player. We went down. Me and my dad went down to Philadelphia, and we're talking to this guy. We're getting Flyers tickets. We're talking to a guy at the box office, talking up this big time high school basketball player. He's like, dude, Syracuse and Philly. There's a pipeline. He's going to Syracuse. I know his dad. A week later, I get the notification he's going to Kentucky.
Who's that?
I forget his name, but those are the two. This guy who went to the G League and this guy who went to Kentucky.
Oh, it's Darius Baisley.
Baisley.
Oh,
Yes.
Baisley.
He's number
He's
one.
supposed to come in a month before he's supposed to report. I get a breaking news. I remember I said to Pat, he's like, "What the fuck?"
ruined the recruiting class. Ruined it.
Luckily, this recruiting class they bailed out the Dior dude. He
Dior
bailed out of
Johnson?
Syracuse, went to Oregon, bailed out of Oregon, now signed with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, what? Pittsburgh?
I hope he loses every game.
But we got a good recruiting class, so we'll be good this year. Don't worry. We'll be back at the
I'm
top.
never worried.
Yes, you are.
Speaking of Syracuse, what do you guys think about Buddy Boeheim in this? You think he's going?
No.
Sharp
Mike's
kind
just
of
a
messed us
hater.
up this year, bro, because Calipari wasn't even looking at that position to recruit because he was supposed to be our star kid, and he put us over the edge to be a perennial, at least open up the season as a potential number one. So he really did us in here by kind of throwing us under the, he threw us under the bus because he said he's definitely coming. He's definitely playing a year. So
he didn't want to lose to St. Peter's. That was the big thing.
I guess the Peacocks kind of did
St.
him.
Bonaventure just got the dude with the afro. They got the dude from the afro with the afro from St. Peter's. St. Bonaventure just signed.
Oh, yeah,
signed him. Yeah,
nice.
I forget his name, but he just signed there. I saw that on Instagram.
Those guys blew up. Everyone on that team, man.
St. Peter's, yeah. And then all of the starters plus 3 guys on the bench transfer.
Yeah,
I think Doug went to freaking Seton Hall or something.
Yeah, I think so.
With the coach.
How about this, right? If you were the Pelicans right now, would you be looking to draft to replace Zion's position?
What?
No.
No.
I think Zion's there. I think he's there.
I think Zion will be their first game of the year. I just think he was dealing with an injury that everyone kept trying to force back too quick.
Do you get
so you guys aren't afraid that he has the Anthony Davis bug and he's going to miss 30 games, 40 games on the regular?
Well, let's see, because the New Orleans Pelicans will select.
They should take the French kid right there.
Let's see it.
Oh, they took Dyson.
Dyson Daniels from the G League.
They took Dyson.
All right, well, there's the first head scratcher.
Well, they won with their pick last year because that kid stepped up for them big time in the playoffs.
Oh,
Who's that? The Jose Alvarado?
No,
because he was a G League prospect too. He played in college, but he was out of the G League, so
couldn't stand that guy, Georgia Tech.
No, it was not Hayes. Trey Murphy. Was it Trey? Or was it? No, it wasn't Hayes. I think it was Trey Murphy.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. He played a lot of key minutes. He had that huge block against Phoenix.
Where is the draft this year?
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Big block. I think it was Trey
Murphy.
Yeah.
We've been there. I think you're right, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Trey Murphy.
A mile from the hotel.
17th overall last year.
So Daniels went straight to the G League. Is that?
Yes.
He didn't even commit to a school and decommit or anything like that?
Not that I know of. I never remember him in a recruiting class.
He's international.
He's Australian.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, even Americans, even Canadians can go sign, in the G League. You don't have to go to college. You can go. That's what my question was. How many players that did this have succeeded at the next level?
No, that's a great question, man. We got squad up and
would
check that
you
out.
So here's a good question. Would you guys, if you were the first pick overall, would you guys leave after you're done, or would you stay there and watch all the guys?
I'm out, bro.
Yeah, I'd be out. Like, would you leave?
Unless one of my boys is predicted to be in the lottery, I'll stay there.
Like with Duke's starting 5 is pretty much in this draft. Would you stay and watch them get picked, or even though they probably could be a second round pick?
I'm telling people to walk out of high school grads until their kid gets called, man. Just walk out. I ain't trying to stay in a place longer than I have to.
I told that to me. So my wife in the academy, just to go back to that, her maiden name was Aragon and Aragon Kinnett.
And she took your name? That's a dope name.
Wow.
Anyway, what I was saying was
my Wi-Fi cut out.
So she's usually in the front, but now she was all the way in the back. I was like, how's it feel? Welcome to the crew. Because usually she would have been like second or third, but now she was like fourth from last. So
man.
Yeah, no, I watched the live stream when you sent it, and I was cheered for her, and then they said 2 more names, and then it was over. I'm like, it's over?
Yeah.
To answer your question a little bit, John, they just showed a graphic on screen. The 2 guys from G League Ignite that went last year were Jalen Green to Houston, and then Jonathan Kuminga.
Oh, okay.
Kuminga too. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Both of those picks worked out pretty well. That Ignite, Ignite seems to be the team, huh? The Ignite seems to be the team.
I thought Jalen Green went to college, though.
I think they both went to college. I think Kuminga was at Gonzaga, but they spent a year with G League.
With the G League because they were
my question is they didn't go to college at all. They just went straight to the G League.
Yeah. I don't know if we've had anybody get drafted before that's done that. It's relatively
They just did right here.
No. Other than this year.
You said before this.
Before this year.
Before this year. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
But Dyson Daniels looks like he never committed anywhere.
No.
Interesting.
Oh, he can't commit. He can't commit.
Nope. He's got
Bad
commitment.
Get out of here.
You heard
Pick is in.
You heard it here first, ladies. Dyson Daniels has commitment.
All right, listen to this starting lineup. Right? So they just keyed up the Pelicans starting lineup right there with CJ McCollum and Zion.
They needed to surround him.
They needed what?
They needed to surround CJ with players. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but obviously they're thinking this kid's a great addition. Is New Orleans a surprise team in the West next year? You think they're a team that can kind of creep up and get up to like a 6 or 5 team?
They were there this year.
I could see it.
They were
I could
8
see
seed.
it being like the Timberwolves.
They
won the play-in. I thought they won the play-in to get in to play Phoenix, right?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They beat the league. No, they beat the league.
No, but what I'm saying is not scrape to get in and be in the play-in, but be in the playoffs, like play themselves in the regular season.
You're looking at them kind of like the Grizzlies, right?
Well, not so much because the Grizzlies catapulted up to almost a top seed in the West. So I'm looking at them more like how Dallas is always kind of like a mid-tier team. Like, are they going to be that 5 or 6 seed? You know, like one of the teams that can threaten the first round. You know, that third pick. Like if Denver gets back their mojo in their third pick, Denver New Orleans could be an interesting first round matchup. Can they sneak a first round win with this roster?
Honestly, I could see them in position right between the Nuggets and Dallas. Because I think they got some stars on theirs. They got some shooters. They got Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum. It's Zion if he gets to the court.
It's going to be a question. It's all going to be a question of health because you're going to think about, is Zion going to play? How much is Zion going to play? How much is Brandon Ingram going to play?
Yeah.
Can CJ take being the only guy if those two are hurt?
True.
Love CJ, man.
You know what's funny? I think we talked about this maybe 5 or 6 episodes ago, but I think we talked about that this is the most well-balanced NBA. Remember how when Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Rajon Rondo, I guess Ray Allen was a big 3 there, and then it was LeBron, Chris Bosh, everything. They were big 3, and then you didn't really see anybody else in the NBA have a big 3 yet.
Copycat.
Now it's everybody has a big 3 that you can see, and it's very well balanced. So I agree with Mike that if teams can stay healthy and if teams can build chemistry, I think that's the biggest thing. The reason why Boston has built that's why I was so nervous to play Boston as a Heat fan, because they had such great chemistry between the whole team from the first guy to all the way to the bench guy. So when I think now the chemistry of the team is going to carry more and injury, of course, but the chemistry of the team is
the biggest coming in for San Antonio. Definitely can see them going with a system guy. That's how Wisconsin plays basketball. Looking at Johnny Davis coming up.
That'll be the smartest pick too, because it's going to the Spurs.
Especially if they are supposedly shopping DeJounte Murray.
And they are shopping him because they think they can get a hefty pick and a hefty trade package for him.
He was very mad about that.
He was.
Yeah.
He was not happy about that. To hear that, because he's given so much. I mean, to that organization, everything like that. But
his game, bro. I think for him not to even be considered as most improved player, that kid was balling.
Well, here's my thing: is okay, DeJounte, you haven't done anything. Really, you've made an all-star appearance and you've done that. Okay, cool. You're a good player. I'm not going to say that. No, you're not. You're a good player, but you haven't won a championship. You haven't won a Finals MVP, and they traded that away. They traded Kawhi away right in the middle of his prime. Who?
Spurs took Jeremy Sochan.
Oh, they took Sochan.
That's not. That's the overseas guy.
No, it's Baylor.
Nah.
No, that's a kid from Baylor.
Was that the one that got hurt?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
it was the big he had the big like blonde afro. And we were talking about him,
He
him
was
playing
the annoying
dirty.
one.
Yeah, he was the
I'm
one
so
playing
mad
dirty.
he got drafted.
Why are you mad about that?
He was so annoying.
He was. I mean, when he played North Carolina.
So random.
Oh, actually, that's how we can remember who he is. He's the one that Brady Manick elbowed in the face.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that. He was
elbow face.
How about this mob? How about this mob suit here with a very humble chain, just has a humble star in it. I like his look.
I'm not, you know what though? I'm not a fan of the all lavender suit.
I think his financial advisors say, "Hey man, you can afford a bigger chain."
I dig it.
You got to piss John off more.
I'll give you some more money. Yeah, that's an ugly.
I'm surprised though. Johnny Davis is supposed to. He was mocked to go right around here, 9-10, and I thought that would be a Spurs pick.
But who's the coach for Baylor?
He's probably a smart pick for the Wizards because at some point we have to think that that the Wizards aren't going to keep
Beal.
So
yeah,
he's a smart pick for them.
That makes sense. But that, my God, there's so many organizations that just ruin talent, though.
Yeah,
like we talked about.
The Wizards went from such a high ceiling to an absolute low floor in no time. That organization, right. Wizards.
I mean, look at Greg.
I'm playing arena shooting himself.
Look at Greg Oden. I mean, everyone said like he was the most talented out of that draft. Even KD would say that he was one of the most talented ones. Hold on.
Yeah, he was the biggest guy.
He in the 30 for 30 they did. KD came on. He's like he could have been one of the best big men in the game.
They compared him to a baby Shaq, but he had those knee issues from his damn.
Because the NBA, what they did is they put 60 pounds more on him.
Yeah.
So that put him well up over near 300.
Mm-hmm.
And when he didn't need to be that weight. He was already dominant at the weight he was. So that's what I'm saying is the team hurt him. When he played in games, he averaged almost 20-something points a game.
Yeah,
so like if you play in the games and you average over 20 points a game, like the team obviously did something wrong, not him. Saying,
John, wait. Can you honestly see him being effective in today's game though?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Really? Because
Mm-hmm.
we're already talking about Ayton not having a position because he can't.
100%. Good point.
But
Taco Falls is
Greg Oden would
he's not even on a team.
I think Greg Oden would have found himself by now because I think it was 2012?
When KD got
before that, I think.
Way before that. Yeah. So it would have been like 10 plus years.
KD got drafted in like 07, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he was the first overall pick before Durant.
Yeah, it was like 07.
So
Durant's been in the league for at least 14 years.
So it'd be by this time it'd be 15 years. I don't even know if he'd still be in the league.
Not a chance, bro. Not a chance.
He was still here. But I'm saying, like, effectively, I don't think he would be in the league at this point. So I think he would already made his name and been gone by now.
So that's what I'm trying to say. I'll bring it back. Follow statement.
Okay.
When was this 30 for 30 made?
Was it E60 or 30 for 30? It was like I think a couple of years ago, actually. I watched it. I was very interested. I was intrigued because
but you're bringing up Kevin Durant's comments about Greg Oden going ahead of him. Kevin Durant is the biggest troll online, and he doesn't give a fuck. He'll say whatever. Yeah, he was the greatest guy. You took him first. Watch me play ball right now. Let me score 60 in Rucker Park.
I get your saying, but they were also really good friends, and they still are. They were talking
but Kevin Durant trolls the media. Oh, you're making a documentary about him? Make one about me, motherfucker. And that was my rant.
Pick is in. Who you guys got the Wizards taking?
Johnny Davis.
Yeah, Davis.
AJ Griffin.
I wouldn't be surprised about Griffin going here too.
I think
he's a good spot for him.
Because if he gets AJ Griffin, I think that complements Beal if Beal stays there.
Mark Williams.
Or if he goes.
Who needs a shooter more than who needs a good spot up shooter more than the New York Knicks right now to complement that roster? The Knicks are desperate for a guy like that. He's a good pick for the Knicks. He probably goes to the Knicks next.
They'll screw it up.
AJ Griffin.
The Knicks
I don't know if they're going to.
If they take that kid Dieng, they won't screw it up. They have me known to go with a couple Frenchmen before.
Right here, like I said, they need a wing. They need a wing to complement Bradley Beal. But I don't even know if Bradley Beal will be on the roster come first game of the season.
I'm saying even if he's gone, he could still fit in there.
Yeah, but he can't be the guy, right? You want a guy that can come in at least the top 20 picks. You want at least to come in and actually like be the number 1 or number 2. Unless it's like Golden State or LeBron's team or Lakers or Bucks or stuff like that, or your team where it's like Jason Tatum, of course, is the number 1, right? And Jaylen Brown's number 2. But I'm saying like you want guys to come in.
He won't be the guy. He won't be the guy because I mean Kuzma won't be the guy either, but he won't be the guy on that roster. So it's probably going to end up being Caldwell Pope. At this point, you know, I mean, the roster is abysmal, but, you know, Pope or Kuzma is probably going to be the guy. So you won't have to be the guy.
The Wizards have taken
Johnny Davis.
Yep. That's a good pick. I agree.
Can't be mad. He was the Wisconsin Badger last year.
Yeah,
he was.
So he can carry a team if need be.
Bro, he should troll everybody. Just like that Taco Bell commercial, he should troll everybody and go to walk up the stairs and just beeline. And Taco Bell, he's like, "Here's your tweet. Taco Bell paid me $1 million to do this." And then
I wouldn't be mad, man.
Someone knocks over the hat. You know, for the longest time, I didn't know. Like, I didn't recognize it was him at first, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like that guy looks really familiar. But he's probably not an NBA player. And then all of a sudden, like, they showed him, like, in a highlight right after. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he is an NBA draft player. I forgot about him, to be honest with you.
He was a twin as well. Wow, that's crazy. His parents had 2 sets of twins.
Damn.
That's a lot of money.
I was just going to say that, dude.
You get 4 instead of 2? It's like, we planned for
he said, you know what they said when they now one of y'all better be a professional athlete. I ain't got no more money to feed y'all.
Yeah.
Johnny was supposed to be 6'10", but, you know, he just couldn't. They stopped feeding him, and they were like, I'm sorry.
It's a good pick, though. It's the right pick for Washington right here.
He's a good defensive guard, too.
Yeah,
he was at Wisconsin. He was a good defensive guard, as you see in the highlights here. Like he's a pretty solid. He could get back and cover the best guy pretty much on the opposing team, which is very rare nowadays.
He brought Wisconsin. Did they share the title in the Big Ten this year?
Yes,
the regular season or the
regular season.
Yeah,
but no one was even talking about the Badgers. This guy brought them to relevancy last year.
No, because didn't the Badgers coach leave in the middle of the season? Or was that a couple of years ago, too? I think I'm in 2020 still.
Yeah, he got
it's all one big.
It's all just one big year since 2018 or something.
Yo, it's been the same week.
Well, realistically, I've been home working since that time, so I guess so.
I keep living that movie Memento. I got to keep going. I got to figure everything out.
I'm living Groundhog Day.
Right, so
that's even better. Yeah.
We're almost at the point where we're getting to the end of the lottery, and any surprises here you feel that may sneak in? You guys are talking Mark Williams. I know
Mark Williams, I think, is going second round.
I think
he's like DeAndre Ayton.
Really?
There's not he can't shoot. And like I was talking to you, I was talking to Jamie before, I was talking to Pat before that the NBA, you know, now wants a 7-footer that can shoot.
Yeah.
End of story. That's what you're asked of. You're asked to come in and shoot. He's a good defender. He can play good defense, and that will take you only so far. As DeAndre Ayton proved that. I agree with Pat.
Talk about playing good defense. They have a kid lingering out there, I think, that might sneak in. Tari Eason, who played for LSU. Super athletic, complete ball hog. One of the better athletes in the draft. The kid played defense. Like you don't see players wanting to commit to playing that type of defense. I think he's like not as big as Kuminga, but that sort of player that comes in and just is a pest on the defensive side of the ball. Great person to try and give 7-8 minutes to if he gives the kind of energy and what you want on the offensive side on the defensive side. And then obviously someone who's going to hustle to get offensive boards. So
he's another guy that brought a college back to relevancy too. No one's talking about LSU, but they had
we got Stephen A. We got Stephen A. and Spike begging for the Knicks to do something good here. Are they going to make a good pick?
I got a weird Ty Washington feeling here.
Oh please, Ty doesn't deserve to be here right now. I say it as
I see Malachi Brown.
Enough he's the guy for New York right now.
Give me Buddy Boeheim.
He might get drafted, but
watch him go to the Warriors and everyone could shoot on that now.
Wendell Moore is still sitting out there. Wendell Moore might be an interesting name.
Wendell Moore
he really improved over the last month and a half, 2 months.
Yep.
He really did. He improved.
Based on everything I've seen going into the draft, Wendell Moore is considered a second-round pick.
Yeah.
Wow.
He'll sneak in at first because he's a Duke player.
Yeah, he may. Yeah,
so
he may sneak in.
Do the Knicks have a big man? Do they have a dependable big man right now?
Mitchell Robinson.
Dependable big man.
Mitchell Robinson.
Let me reiterate.
I think they might go Jalen Duren. They might go Jalen Duren right now.
The Knicks are picking.
Well, no, they have Julius Randle, bro.
They may trade him.
But I'm saying they have him. That's their big man. I mean, he's 6'11".
They went with the French guy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Knicks are getting.
Why does Spike look like he not like? I don't know why he doesn't like that pick. I think that's a
crazy.
really smart.
Because he probably wanted to go.
Remember, Spike didn't like Kristaps Porzingis either.
He didn't.
Why did he listen to Spike? Come on.
Because he's the super fan.
Because he has a
share.
He has money.
It makes 0 sense. Then be in the front office if you care that
much.
Because
he can't speak to him.
Bro, he's a skinny 6'10", though. He's 6'10", 205. That's a pretty skinny 6'10".
He's going to be a show. He's going to be a show on the court.
A show.
Show.
Of course, I got this name.
Oh, I already put it
out of everything I've ever said, that's what you guys lingered on.
19. Listen, the kid's 19 years old.
Hey, nice watch. Damn. Blinded me over here.
They call me J. Cole, Mr. Nice Watch. Oh,
hey, that's a throwback. I like it.
I'm a throwback.
Okay, so OKC's already got.
No comment.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump right over that. So OKC's already got Holmgren.
I think they go Marky Mark in the funky
I think they
bunch.
do a Minnesota Timberwolves and go center Jalen Duren.
Twin Towers
of the West.
I mean, you might as well, right?
With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in addition.
Proposed trade.
There's a trade?
There was a proposed one.
Sorry, I psyched you guys out. I read a rumor of the Knicks. It wasn't a solid deal. So
yeah.
At the beginning, I said the Knicks traded up to 4.
You made me throw up the trade alert for no reason, Jamie.
Sorry. Bogus trade alert if you were tuned in earlier, guys.
Trade alert. AJ Griffin, maybe? For OKC?
No.
Damn, I like that Eason pick, though. If that happened here, too, I don't know. He's a good player.
Well, why not, though? Because
how about
who do they have
the guy who took down your Tar Heels in the finals?
Who?
Mr. Ojai Ajabi from Kansas.
What do you mean? I don't.
Ajabi, yeah.
Jamie, I don't know what game you're talking about.
The game
Dude, you were there.
I was not there.
You watched it.
Baycott snapped his ankle on the floorboard.
I know what happened.
Loosened it.
Yeah.
Jim Boeheim?
If I can't win.
No, Jim Boeheim was just drive on the court.
There's security footage of Boeheim on the court in the middle of the night.
That's messed up. That's messed up. That's messed up. I gotta take him off. That's messed up. That's bad.
Jamie, you're the Kentucky guy. I'm interested. I don't think it's now, but what about Ty to Charlotte next?
Ooh.
I was
Pair him
looking
with
for the
LaMelo?
door. I was looking for the door.
I mean, Charlotte would do good with a shooting guard.
I mean, OKC just said they need a guy. They need a big with this pick. So I mean, Ajabe would be a good pick.
Doesn't he? Does he translate more as a 3 or a 4 or a 2?
Ajabe?
Yeah,
He'd be a 3.
Yeah,
I think he'd be.
They got him
I
listed
agree.
at guard. They got him listed as a guard.
Yeah,
actually,
but
he's a
He's
big
a
guard.
big. I mean, he's a big guard. But
yeah.
Who's next? Charlotte?
I mean,
Charlotte's not taking a guard.
OKC
You don't
via
think they're taking Ty?
Clippers. That's this big.
Charlotte? They're not.
Yeah.
Why would they take another guard? They got LaMelo.
they got someone. They need someone to pair with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Ty's a
They need a
ball
shooting
dominant guard. They need a shooting guard. They need AJ Griffin.
LaMelo's a shooter, but he can
AJ
have
Griffin will go to Charlotte next.
Ooh.
Because he'll complement and he doesn't need he's not a ball dominant guard.
They could get him
Maybe we see
13
the
or
first
15.
surprise. There was this
Ty
talk-
used to get Jamie. You can attest. Ty used to get upset when he wouldn't get the ball enough in the
he sucks
game.
too much, bro. Yeah, he does
He
not
gets
have-
upset too much. So if he goes to Charlotte, that's terrible.
Yeah, and LaMelo needs the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
a great pose for him to get
Look
thrown
at
in.
that face.
oh my God! Someone take a
Look at that
picture of
face.
that.
It looks like he was about to make a really good point.
Like he was like just
Right
on
there.
the tip of his tongue.
Yeah.
He looks scared. Anyone listening to this on the podcast, John is just frozen with his mouth
Yeah.
open and eyebrows fully up.
How about there's a Nikola Jovic is a potential pick in this first round.
Not Nikola Jokic.
Nikola
yeah,
Jovic.
Nikola Jovic.
He's got to go to the Nuggets just to confuse everyone.
I would love that. That'd be so funny.
Yes.
Wait, if you're here, who's there?
Who's there?
I don't know.
Hold
Malin
on.
pops up.
This is immediately getting sent to the group.
Did you guys take a picture of that?
I did.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
that's
that's
the clip
great.
of the week. That
Hold
is
on,
the
it's
clip of
coming
the
on.
week.
All right,
Well,
the pick
apparently
is
my
in.
Wi-Fi. I'll
So-
get it next
so,
week.
So you think Ty goes there?
To OKC?
Yeah.
No.
I don't. Nah.
EJ Liddell will go here. Ohio
EJ.
State.
That'd be interesting.
Liddell.
Yeah, it would.
He's a leader.
I'm
You
gonna
play
get
for
drafted.
Ohio State for what? 4 years? He's a
7
leader.
years, 10
Ohio
years,
State.
15
Yeah,
years.
the
The Ohio State.
School.
I can see them going with. I can see them going maybe Griffin right here.
That's what I was thinking.
They
Griffin.
need a shooter.
Yeah. And then you sure they have a couple on the board. They have that kid from Santa Clara that they were talking up on ESPN earlier. They said
Who's
he
that?
might be Jalen Williams. Not a flashy guy, but definitely has a sweet touch.
I'll be interested to see where Kennedy Chandler goes.
Yep.
From Tennessee.
Him and Chandler and
Yeah.
Walker
How about
Kessler as well. Walker Kessler might be a bigger impact than people think on the right team.
He hasn't got a draft. Did he get drafted yet?
Walker Kessler?
Kessler?
No,
No.
he's still on the board.
No, we'll be interested to see where he goes.
Yeah.
This
He's
could
not-
be. I mean, but
He's
didn't
thought
he?
to be. He's thought to
Yeah.
be like a 15.
All right, guys,
to
call it.
20.
What do you got? What do you got?
Obaji. Obaji.
Walker Kessler.
Griffin. They take Jalen
Jamal
Williams. Wow.
There he is.
Williams.
Yeah. They did say he might sneak into the lottery, and he did. Good on you, young man. Santa Clara doesn't get too many lottery picks.
On a quick side note,
Yeah.
I would like to congratulate Jamie on the college baseball
right.
winner. Congratulations, brother. No, they didn't win, but his
They're
team
the
went the
only team
farthest.
Oh,
It was
Well, they
whoever
lost.
team goes the farthest.
No, I
lost,
thought we
but
said
Jamie wins.
No, I thought
No,
we said
no,
we have
it's
to
a-
win. No, we
No,
said
it-
who won. No, because remember we said if none of our teams win, it's canceled. We have to pick the win.
No. I'm trying to give you money, bro. Why are you defending it?
No, we
Because
don't
I'm trying
got
to
to
be
give
fair.
him
We
money.
did say
Fine,
no,
bro.
because
Say
the
that,
question
bro.
was- Yeah, I'll take it. But
Yeah,
but
John,
we did
pay
say-
him my side too.
No,
Fuck.
you're bad at gambling.
No, but we did say
No, I lost. I swear I did.
no, because we said what if none of our teams win, and we said the house wins. I remember us having that discussion.
No, I said whoever team goes the farthest.
Oh, well then.
No, it's okay.
How about them rambles?
No, you know what? You know
How
what?
about them rambles?
He's contending it so much, I'm not paying.
No.
He's a fair guy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be fair because we did
That's
say
why
that.
that's why his bookie loves him. He just says, "Hey, you actually lost this." Oh, okay, I agree. Yeah, you're right.
Guys, I lost a 6-leg parlay in the Minnesota-Cleveland
You
game
lost
last
6
night.
legs.
Yeah, I'm down to 2. I used to be a spider.
But
You're Charlotte's
right?
Web.
Nobody chose Oklahoma because pretty much the entire, given that Notre Dame was the oddball out, Oklahoma's going to be in the SEC soon. I mean, every team was pretty much in the SEC in there, and so is Texas. So it was like Notre Dame versus the SEC in this year's College World Series. So it wasn't that hard to
dominate
predict
every sport.
It looked good at the start, all right? Notre Dame looked fine at the start.
All right, so it's going to be Ole Miss against Oklahoma, and Ole Miss is going to win it, guys. So you don't have to pay me anyway because they will beat Oklahoma. So don't worry about
it. What a guy!
Pay me.
All right, so Charlotte right here will go.
John will happily pay you.
Now they'll go with Griffin. With Griffin there, they'll.
No, you got to come down to Miami. I'll pay you then. There you go. That way we can hang out.
That'd pretty much be a half tank of gas to get me back to Tampa.
Rim protector at center, so that could either be Mark Williams or AJ Griffin. I think at this point, right?
We got 2 lottery picks left. So
when you gotta work?
Huh?
He doesn't have to work.
I don't have to work.
Yeah, boy.
Hell yeah!
He quit his job.
Nice, dude.
He's going full-time Cincos.
Hey, there's a group of guys at the corner of my street. They all have cardboard boxes and stuff.
I'm joining you, Mike. I'm gonna join you with the cause. I might be full-time myself soon. I'm gonna get fired soon.
Bringing beers into the office, huh?
Yeah. They found the tape.
Well, it's not hard to find. It's only everywhere on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere we post.
Guys, is there a particular time you guys would like to do our signature event?
Sure, as soon as the lottery.
Yeah, after the lottery.
Okay.
I know, finish up. Yeah.
Let's see if any of us win the lottery.
Yeah, we got
After
2 more
lottery.
picks. 2 more picks to end the lottery picks.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, damn, man, I got work in the morning. I can't be Mike.
I don't listen, Pat. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's been drinking.
The bottle
since
is a big giveaway, man.
Hey, Pat, by the way, if Mike does opt to take the IHOT job, that leaves you as the only single member that hasn't worked for IHOT yet. So maybe,
Jamie, you're not supposed to tell anybody.
They need a welder?
They need a welder.
I'll weld some microphones up. I'll do the whole 9, man.
Yeah. We're setting up the podcast studio. Pat. Well, I don't think that mic's coming out ever.
Oh, hell no.
Move.
Stella with the building.
It comes by this property with a free microphone.
Permanent
no, it doesn't.
Microphone not included.
Laptop, that's
Microphone not included. It's if you buy the property, it's your job to get it out of the wall.
Yeah.
Wait, so hey, John, what do they do now for laptops? Do they ship you the laptops since you're remote, or you just gotta have your own?
Oh, I have my one from from the office.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you're remote, what are they gonna ship it to you? They're gonna mail it to you?
No, you just gotta sell advertising.
Yeah, true. Hit the phones. Hey, Mike, you gotta get.
You didn't answer your question at all.
No. Mike, you gotta get one of those old school phones with a cord on it.
You kidding? I'm gonna get a rotary phone.
He's like, I gotta sell advertising. Okay, what do you do about a laptop? Sell advertising.
Bro, you haven't made sense for like.
John, you gonna play golf this weekend? No, I'm gonna sell advertising.
I'm running on 3 hours of sleep right now.
Out of my golf cart.
The
pick is in. The pick is in.
Funny as shit.
I think it's
Abaji goes there. I'm taking Abaji.
The funniest part is you knew it didn't answer his question. Oh shit, man. Yeah,
What?
Griffin right here. I'll do Griffin. I'll do Griffin.
Abaji.
You're gonna do Griffin?
Retract. The pick will be Griffin.
Audible.
Sorry, everyone. We are
Omaha.
an hour and 20 into this show, and we have lost it.
We are running way over schedule.
Dude, this whole thing started with my Wi-Fi just not working.
And Pat was like,
That was a sign right there.
"Hey, Pat, how's it going?"
Oh, you still frozen though? Dude, your face was the perfect face to be frozen on here.
Here
I
comes
swear to
Commissioner
God.
Adam Silver.
I think it's AJ Griffin.
Guys, after this pick, hold
Very
your best frozen face for 5 seconds after this pick, okay? I'll give you guys
The
a
Charlotte Hornets. Select
Great audio.
Jalen Duren, the center from Memphis.
Wow.
Man.
Interesting.
That's actually a great pick for them to go big.
Adam Silver just walked out for me, so
For the first overall pick, right?
What's that? You just seen the Paolo interview right now?
They're actually doing the thing.
Truly. The mango's
Mike,
pretty
you
good.
ready? Mike, bottom free spaces. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good, Pat. Now it's the Pat and John show. So what's up, Pat? How you doing, brother?
As soon as you did it, you froze.
I'm sorry,
The
guys.
freeze team.
Go ahead and do it again.
No.
I deserve that.
To answer your guys' question, you just gotta sell ads.
All right.
Just sell advertising.
How about this?
Jamie, to answer your question about that, we just kind of, they just ship you the laptops, like in a big box
True.
with like the docking station and everything. So
True.
Cleveland's up. Cleveland missed.
Cleveland.
I think they were the most surprising team of the playoffs.
Fuck my
This year.
playoff.
Yeah, at one point they were like the 4th seed in the East, though. So things went south quick.
True, yeah. Came back down to earth.
I think because of injuries, right? Colin
Yeah.
Sexton got hurt.
Yeah.
Their other guard got hurt there.
Sexton from early
What's
on.
the big guy with the fro? Came from the
Sexton.
Nets.
Sexton.
From the
Jared
Nets.
Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Jared
Yeah.
Allen.
Jared Allen battle
Jared
injuries the second half of the
Jared
season.
Wow,
So,
I
I
forgot
mean-
that guy was in the league.
They did battle, and then see them play. I mean, I think they should have beat the Nets, but that's just my thing. But
3 and D wing. I can't is their top need from Bobby Marks, so I can't imagine it's not Griffin.
They're
Yeah.
a good
Or
fit.
It has to be Griffin or Abaji. It has to be one of them.
Yeah.
well, Charlotte has another pick coming up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm surprised we
It's
haven't seen any.
how
Where do
Because
you
you
go,
look
where do
through-
you go a guy
you
like
look through
Easton?
rosters and you look through, and it's like kind of hard to see. Like, oh, what do these teams need? And like, of course, there's only like 8. Like, what? How many teams make the playoffs? 20 out of 32.
20 if you
Too
include the play-in.
many.
Too many, right? So like, so many
Half
teams
the
get a
league makes
chance.
it.
I think it's just like a thing with.
The play-in is not the playoffs. The play-in is to get to the playoffs.
I get you, but it's
Right,
technically another. It's another opportunity. It's a one and done. It's
not a
playoff,
regular
in my
season
opinion.
game though.
So what is it?
It's game 83 and potentially 84.
Depending
It's
on who
stupid.
you are.
It's what it is. It's stupid is what it is.
It's
It's
called more money.
stupid.
That's what that is. Let's,
Yeah,
let's
all
get down
it
to
does is
brass
Come
make-
on now.
yeah, exactly. It makes fans care a little bit more because you might have the chance to make the Eastern
No, it
playoffs
Yeah.
at 32 and 51. So
You think Minnesota and New Orleans would make the playoffs without the play-in game?
Minnesota, yes.
No,
They were
they're
7.
bad.
They had to do the play-in.
They're bad.
I know, but now I believe. I mean, now that team looks like that's why the West is crazy this year. They have so
The
many
West
teams that
is
look
stacked.
They're gonna get
Yeah.
worse.
Right.
They're gonna get worse.
Oh, there's a proposed trade to Detroit for Jalen Duren. Is Detroit going to pull the trigger and give their draft picks that they just got?
I don't know.
Ty Washington. Jamie, you think he'll fall to the second round or late first?
I would not be surprised if Ty falls all the way down I mean,
he's
all
got
the way
his attitude, man. His
Yeah.
attitude. When you told me about it, I finally
You
started
saw it,
watching.
right? Yeah.
I saw it immediately. First 5 minutes of the game, he was like ball. Like he was like, I'm like, dude, what the heck? Like it's just the game just started. Like relax.
So
like Memphis is sitting kind of nice in the draft there at the bottom, and they're gonna get somebody. They'll get somebody to fall to them who would. I mean, at 22 and 29, so they could potentially go Walker big, and then they can get someone like Kennedy Chandler who fits their style, that grimy, on-ball sort of style. So Memphis is looking kind of good.
I could see like a guy like EJ Liddell falling like 22 to them.
Yeah,
because he's an undersized.
I think he goes to Denver. Honestly, I think Denver's missing a key. Denver would be a good spot. Milwaukee, any of the teams 20 plus to 30.
Philly might be a good spot for him.
No, that place is a mess. They don't even know if they're going to have James Harden or Joel Embiid next year.
Exactly. So you got to start building the roster over.
But EJ Liddell's not a big man though. So if you get rid of Joel, that's not really a even
Cleveland
matchup.
Cavaliers. So
he's like 6'1".
Then the last pick of this year's lottery is
Agbaji.
The guy from Kansas, Mike.
Who?
The guy from Kansas.
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I, but he has a very cool name. Definitely has the coolest name.
Concerned. I really thought
Mike
didn't
about
know.
You spell that one, John. John, oh no, you got to spell that one, Mike. Go on. You're evens.
What's he gonna type? What's he gonna type?
Oshai Ajabaji.
Oshai Ajabaji.
Akachu, bless you.
The Kansas guy.
This is a really good pick. This is a really good pick for the Cavs.
Yeah,
the Cavs will probably be more relevant if they stay healthy next year. So, yeah.
I mean, he won the national championship for Kansas, hands down. Him and the what's his name, Brown, whatever his name is. Those two. He's
a 4-year player, isn't he?
Who?
Yeah, he was one of the. He had like the Anthony Davis. He grew like 9 or 10 inches. They said right there between his freshman and junior year of high school. He was a late bloomer, and nobody recruited him. So Kansas decided. Bill Self said, "Let me give this kid a shot." I think he played at a small high school in Kansas, and obviously when he visited him, he had the right, pizzazz that he saw.
See, what I like about his game,
consistent player.
What I like about his game is the fact that he can come and hit that turnaround three, where he can hit that where a guy's in the face and he knocks down a three. Like those are the shots you're going to have to make.
Doesn't he remind you of Jimmy Butler in a way? Not only in a player, but like he could be that kind of player. Yeah.
Yes, because Jimmy's not the best 3-point shooter, but he can make one. You can make one when you need it, and that's basically what Ajabi brings to a team is he can make a three when he needs to. I think he still needs to work on it. Of course, he's going to get better and he's gonna improve. But I like his game. I would have loved him on the Heat, to be honest with you. I was hoping he'd fall.
Jimmy Butler not being a good 3-point shooter is the biggest understatement of this whole podcast.
Why?
Because he's terrible at 3-point shoots.
No, the biggest understatement of this podcast would be
You're all right.
The biggest understatement of this podcast would be if I said that Shaq couldn't shoot free throws.
But I mean, Jimmy. The problem is Jimmy didn't need to. Like Jimmy doesn't.
He got fouled every time he drove.
I mean, don't play that. Everyone gets fouled when they go to the. Everyone, man.
Hey, why are you making bitter comments when you beat them?
Exactly. Like what the heck? Like
you know what? Yeah, you're right. You
beat us convincingly.
Wearing the undershirt's awesome. Because this is my last moment of glory. We beat the Heat.
Yeah, but what happened after that?
They beat the Celtics at home. I mean, they beat the Warriors at home.
Sinking ships.
Yeah, they
so that concludes the lottery. I don't think there were any surprises. Maybe the kid from St. Clara crept in there. Nobody really saw him going.
There was a couple guys that didn't go in the lottery that I thought could, but no one went that I didn't think would. That I didn't think had the potential to go, I should say.
All right.
Probably AJ Griffin is the one that loses out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So,
So now it is time for. Dun, dun, dun. Everyone, just so you know, tune into the ticker on the bottom. We'll be updating with the draft when it updates for the next 15 picks. So just stay there while we're doing the Stump the Squad. Go ahead, Dave, take it away.
All right, guys. So here's the time where we get to prove to each other that we know more about each other in sports, but all we really do is read off our laptops and pretend like we do. Anyway, so
exactly.
we're going to see who gets the rant of the week here. You can give 2 or 1 points, and the person with the most points at the end gets to take us home with the rant of the week. So, gentlemen, I will not go first this week. I'm going to deflect that to you guys. Who's going to take us into our Stump the Squad for this week?
I'll do it. I'll start.
And John steps up to the plate.
All right. Let me see your wagers.
I will keep score 2.
Those.
Mike.
1.
Come on, Mike.
Oh no! Hey, we play strategy. We play strategic.
We play strategy.
Come on, Mike.
So, here's a draft question. What team originally drafted Chauncey Billups?
Wow.
Was it the Pistons? Was it the Celtics?
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
We have an alert.
Red alert.
First time ever.
Oh
It
no.
is trade day.
Get out of here.
Red is here.
What up, bro?
Surprise appearance.
He's got the
Mr.
club.
Cinco in the house.
Trade day.
That comes on at 9:30.
Surprise appearance.
What up, brother? We're doing something spot. You got a question?
I thought we was getting ready to finish the show. We might go till 11 o'clock tonight at this rate.
Quick appearance. I was trying to see if you guys were still on. I saw you were still on YouTube.
We're here.
We're doing
We're out
spot
here.
right now. So, since
Trey,
you just
what's your
joined,
wager?
we're
you
doing
gotta
my
wager 1 or
question.
2
You got a
points.
wager?
Wager,
1 or 2 points.
2.
2.
You're mute.
Oh, the
You're
Charlotte Hornets
deaf.
just took Mark Williams.
Mark Williams off the board.
They took 2 centers.
Yeah.
Can
they
everyone
did.
hear me or
Am I
no?
still mute? Am I mute?
Yeah, I hear you.
No,
Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay. I was going to sound like it's said that, man.
That's why they said they're
Yeah,
going to
wait,
trade
wait.
Duran to
My bad,
Detroit.
everyone. My Bluetooth headphones went out.
Oh.
Okay.
We are off the
Well, did you-
rails
did you,
right now. I love it.
So you didn't hear who
Well,
Charlotte
we're an
was?
hour and 30 in, so my
They're
bad.
definitely
My
trading
bad.
Duran.
I'm like,
John.
did I lose my hearing already?
John,
All right,
did, you hear,
telling me to get
You got a
off.
wager?
did you hear who Charlotte took?
Mark
Warriors
Williams.
2.
They just took back-to-back centers. They did a Timberwolves. T-Wolves in the hat.
All right, so my question is, what team originally drafted Chauncey Billups? Was it the Pistons? Was it the Celtics? Was it the Bucks? Or was it the Hornets?
I know the answer, so I'll let everybody go.
Yeah. I'll go
Wait,
Hornets.
what was the choices again?
Mike, just the Celtics, Pistons, Heat, and the Hornets.
Oh, you didn't say Heat?
Oh no, Bucks. I'm sorry, I was reading the
I
Heat.
got a pretty good handle on what I think it is.
Well, it's not the Bucks.
No, I was reading the Heat like as it was came across the bottom over here. Huh?
Celtics.
Trey said Celtics.
Celtics.
Okay. Someone gonna go next?
Yeah, I'll go Celtics too.
Mike,
It's the Celtics.
Pat.
I already said Hornets.
I have successfly stumped Pat in the bandana.
Mr. Celtic himself.
There's only one reason. There's only one
That was
reason
way
I know
before I was
that.
a Celtics fan.
There's only one reason I know that, and that's that I watched like a half-hour documentary on how bad Rick Pitino was as their GM and coach,
Yeah, he was pretty awful.
and that was one of the things he messed up is that he
Post
drafted
Kentucky
Chauncey
days, pretty awful.
and made him mad.
Chased him right back to college, huh? John, who do you want next? Oh, okay, bye.
Well, I mean he's gone, so
That's the cut. Yeah. All right. See,
Pat-
come in and leave.
Pat, that would
trade-
leave
Tell me
you.
to hop on,
That
I'll
would
come
leave
in
you
and
next, bro.
Okay, I'll go next.
here he comes. Here he
Yep.
comes.
All right, I'll wager 2.
Two.
All right.
Two.
Two.
So,
John
Two.
seamlessly transitioning back in.
Yeah,
John,
that
how
was very
many?
nice.
2. Everyone got
Everybody
2?
got two.
Two's
Everybody got
across
two?
the board.
Two's across the board.
All right. Before tonight, what was the highest selection an Auburn player was selected in the NBA draft?
3.
Ooh.
Well, hang on.
Be four tonight.
Was it 2? Was it John's selection of 3? Was it 4 or was it 5?
I'm going 3.
4.
2.
Did Charles Barkley go second? I think
That's
Charles
what-
Barkley went 5th. He went 5th. I'll go 5.
I think he went 4th or 5th. That's what I was thinking is
I
Barkley.
think he went 5th.
I was thinking it was
It was 4 or
Barkley too,
5.
but I thought he went second.
I'm sweating.
Okay, what's everyone's answer?
Good addition to the conversation.
I'm going 4.
I have 5. Trey
I
had
had
4.
I had 2.
I'm mellow.
So each one of us answered different. So somebody had to get it.
Yeah, this is tough. Okay, I stumped everyone except Trey said 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4. 4 is the answer.
Barkley.
Trey's gonna win. Trey's gonna win on his first time up here, man.
You got a rant? You better have a rant, bro.
You got a rant? It wasn't
It's always
actually
a rant.
Charles Barkley that went forward. It happened once in '86 and once in '88, but it wasn't Barkley.
Really?
Okay.
So
But
I
so now
have
J- so now
Jamie
Jabari's
at 0, me at -2, Pat at -2, Mike at -1, and Trey at 4.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Cheers, Trey.
Vice Hard Lemonade.
Oh,
That's
Jack
why
Daniels.
that's why Trey waited. He said, "All right, let's get these guys some rants in. I'll come in. I'll smoke everyone out."
yeah.
We're never gonna have a rant again. It's just gonna be Trey's rant for the week.
Yeah, Trey's just gonna come in the last 5 minutes and just win some to score.
A friggin' closer.
He is
All right,
right.
you go next. Mike, you want to go next or you want me to go?
I'll go next, but hold on. Let's get Atlanta's pick in.
They're gonna take a shooting guard.
Probably.
They're gonna take Griffin.
Probably.
I'll
They
shoot for
take
Buddy Boeheim.
Buddy
Yeah.
Boeheim.
AJ Griffin. That's a good pickup for them.
All the
There's
Duke
a
players are coming off the board now.
Is that AJ?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Moore's next. Come on.
yeah.
Pat sounds so dejected about that.
But where did
Hey,
Mark
Trey.
Williams go?
Here we
Trey.
come.
Trey, are you happy with the Abaji pick?
They needed 3. They needed 3. So, I mean, they needed 3s. So I don't mind because they did need some shooting. They at least give you some more defense. They needed shooting. So I can live with
Yeah.
that.
We're talking comparing him to Jimmy Butler in terms of his defensive projection.
Is that what you guys? Okay, when I came on, you guys were talking Butler, but I didn't know why you were talking. You were talking
Yeah,
that pick.
that's right.
Okay.
Okay. So, wagers, please.
2.
I gotta go too.
Pat's
One.
got 1.
One.
Okay, so Pat and Trey have 1. John and Jamie have 2.
Let's go.
I love the energy. Okay, so how many international players, meaning anybody that didn't get drafted out of high school or a college, have been the number 1 pick in NBA history?
How many?
Yes.
That's
Whoa.
Okay, so-
0, 1, 2, or 3.
So how many have not been like?
How many number 1 overall picks have been picks that did not come out of high school or a college?
That were
Well,
just straight international
That were
players.
straight international.
International or G League at this point.
But there haven't
But
been any.
there's not- there hasn't been
G
any,
League kids,
so-
G League kids could have gone to college.
What were the answers again?
0, 1, 2, or 3.
I'm gonna go Seto.
John goes 0.
Seto.
Seto. I'm sorry. You now live in Seto.
Yeah, I can't remember any that have.
I'm
I know,
going
I'm
1.
trying to recollect every
Trey
draft.
says 1. So John's got
One.
Seto. Trey's got
I'll go 0 2.
1. Seto.
Thank
Seto
you.
for Pat.
0 and 2. Let me rephrase that.
0 through 100. All right, Jay, what you got?
Jamie,
I
you
know
got-
somewhere I feel this might be a trick question of what's considered international, so I'll go 2.
All
I
right.
wanted to say 2 also, but I'll stick with 0.
Okay. I have successfully stumped everyone but Jamie. It is 2.
Yes, sir.
They are Yao Ming.
Yao Ming, I knew.
Yao Ming.
And surprisingly, Andreas Bargnani.
I just said
Bargnani. That's the other
That's
one.
what I said. I didn't think of
Toronto.
Yao. I was thinking about Yanni.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was Yao Ming, but I didn't know the other one was. Yeah.
Oh shit, Jamie and Trey. Jamie and Trey, down to the last one.
Jamie, it's up to you to stop the.
No, I thought Trey just got one though, right? So Trey has +3. Yeah.
No, he has -3. He has 3.
Trey has +3. Yeah, -3. John, you're what? -4.
Yeah, Mike's -1.
-1. All right.
Too much math.
Wait a minute. What's the scores?
Wait, we got 2 more to go because I have to. Is Trey not asking one? Because I got to ask one on Trey as well, right? So we still have.
Trey, did you prepare?
I did not prepare. I just showed up.
All right, so this is the last one.
Trey, I know you can think of one at the top of your head.
I'll think of something. Yeah.
So
Jamie in the rant.
No, I'll think of something.
All right,
Jamie, go.
I'll think of something.
So, as we saw last week, the NBA is completely revolutionized to a game of smalls. Hold on. 2 for Mike.
2 for Mike, 1 for Pat. 1 for Trey.
1 for Trey.
Oh, he's playing conservative now.
We play conservative. we play
He went from let's go to 1.
Oddly enough, here we've seen a whole bunch of big men.
No, Trey.
I went conservative. Yeah.
Trey's in the lead, so now he's playing defense.
Mike, what'd you put?
2.
Pat 1. Pat.
Yeah. I got 2 for Mike, 2 for John, 1 for Pat, and 1 for Trey. All right, so up until this draft right now, where we've seen about 7 players over 6'10" drafted, we know the NBA has gone to more length, athleticism, and the game has changed completely. So I'll take you guys back to the old school. All right, 23 of the first 28 MVPs were centers. Of those 23 MVPs, how many players actually won the MVP award? Was it 10, 9, 8, or 11? So of the 23 of the first 28 MVPs, how many players actually won the award total of those 23 MVPs? 10, 9, 8, or 11. So how many players comprise of the 23 centers that won the MVP in the first 28 years of the MVP award being given out? Was it 10 players of the made up the 23 MVPs? Was 9 who made up the 23 MVPs? Was it 8 or was it 11?
Go 9.
9.
8. I'll go 8.
8. I'm going 8.
2 9s and a 2.
I have successfully stumped Mike and John, which makes Trey Mr. Cinco on his first time the winner of Stomp the Squad with 4 total. Huh?
You got 4.
How many did
he was 1 ahead of me going into the round.
Yeah, so he got it.
Yeah, but he still has to go. And
he doesn't have a question.
Prepare one.
He said he's going to come up with one.
I'll come up with one real quick. I got to think. Give me a second.
Well, there's a pick about to come in anyway. So.
Well,
I'm still 2 behind him right now. I'm at +2. He's at +2.
So you can tie if you bet 2.
I got you. Okay, yeah, all right. So I'll wager 2, of course.
I'd give Trey the rant anyway. This is a special occasion, guys.
True.
Yeah, true.
True.
And then if Jamie wins, he can open next week with.
All right. So do you have a question, Trey, or not?
Give me a second.
Hold on, pick
one.
Y'all talk about the Houston pick.
Why was Kobe Bryant the best Laker ever?
A, because B.
I think Houston's going to go with that LSU game.
Don't you dare question Kobe.
Damn,
Mama mentality.
Houston was 20-62. I didn't know.
Yeah, they had the worst record in the league.
They're pretty bad.
How aren't they the number 1 pick?
Lottery. Oh my God.
They lost.
I gotta tell you what, centers have been trending here. Walker Kessler is about to go off the board because it's been nothing but
like how weren't they the number 1 pick? Like
they lost the
lottery.
I understand the lottery. I get that. You guys don't have to yell at me. I hear you.
Lane Kiffin was coaching for 3 years.
Eason, Tari Eason.
I'm still in 2020. Isn't Russell on the team? No.
James Tari Eason called it, guys.
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
understand
I'm
how
ready
they're
once
losing
it's
so many
field.
games with
Who
Harden,
would-
Westbrook, and Howard.
Who would match up with Carmelo and Harden?
Chris Paul still coming off the bench for them.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, I got two.
Yeah,
I got 2 just for pride.
Pride.
same two.
There we go, gentlemen.
Awesome.
Put the pride in.
Boy,
Okay.
you're way
Jamie.
too hungry to be.
Jamie, you gotta go too.
Yeah, I told you guys already. Automatic too.
All right, go ahead, Trey.
Okay. So, because it's draft day and we were asking about the Lakers, which player did the Lakers draft twice? Kobe Bryant, Elgin Baylor, Magic Johnson, or Jerry West?
Twice? Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, I'm going Baylor too.
Well, I know they took him once with the first overall pick, but I'll go Baylor. I know it's not Kobe.
It's not Kobe and it's not Magic, and so it's either going to be Jerry West or Elgin Baylor. And for the tie, I will agree with the squad, even though I think it's Jerry West.
Ooh.
Everybody said Elgin Baylor.
So, with that saying, I did not stump the squad.
Yeah! I got
Elgin
2
Baylor was
questions right,
drafted.
guys.
So
Baylor was drafted in the 1956 NBA draft. He stayed in high school and then re-entered the draft.
is that it was
Yes,
the,
sir.
was the re-enter when they took him first overall?
And then that's when he got drafted first overall.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He got drafted in 56 at 14, went back to school, and then came back and got drafted at.
All right.
He,
All right,
he got
so
drafted at
we'll do a
14.
tiebreaker. And someone do number 1 through 10 to see who gets the rant.
Can you just give it to Trey and Jamie will open up next one? Bang bang. I mean, I'm just a problem solver. I'm just a problem solver. That's what I do.
I'm off competition. It doesn't matter. My numbers.
You doing a tiebreaker? What are we doing?
Whatever you guys want to do. Do something.
Oh, we're supposed to answer you? Okay.
Do you guys want to do a tie? Do you guys want to do a tiebreaker or what?
Let's go. Tiebreaker. Let's go. Let's finish it up
Okay.
real quick.
All right, Mike, go ahead with the question, Mr. Encyclopedia of Sports.
Okay. I gotta think of one. I'm actually gonna go to the guys taken.
What do you think? I think Liddell could go to Chicago. What do you guys think?
Maybe that'd be a good fit for him.
Ty's a throw because they got Lonzo, and he's a ball dominant guard.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
I got it. The first NBA draft was in 1947.
Oh, there we go.
The first overall pick that year was taken by the Pittsburgh Ironmen. Who did they take?
Some iron worker.
Did they take?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Did they take Charlie Scher, Howie Shannon, Andy Tunkovich, or Clifton McNeely?
How is this a tiebreaker?
That's a good tiebreaker, honestly. Like
Because it's something that neither of them, I think, know.
Hold on.
We should have looked for a true false or something.
Go ahead, Mike.
You want the names again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Name
Okay. Charlie Scher,
Uh-huh.
Howie Shannon,
Charlie Shear.
Andy Tunkovich, or Clifton McNeely.
Clifton McNeely. I want that guy to be my friend.
Tunkovich just screams Pittsburgh.
I'm going with
I'm
Howie.
just saying.
You're going with Howie Shannon,
Yes.
Jamie.
Who is D?
D was Clifton McNeely.
Clifton McNeely for the win.
It's way too Irish.
And your winner is Jamie with Clifton McNeely.
Holy shit.
What the?
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the team again?
The Pittsburgh Ironmen.
That's a union down there. This is weird.
Clifton,
Yeah.
and Clifton McNeely, the pride of Texas Wesleyan.
Yeah.
That's when they were playing on the backside of a barn still, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no courts.
Dirt court. There's
Just
horses
Yes,
running.
sir. Let the champ run. All right, guys. So as the FINA World Championships come to a conclusion this week, I have to congratulate FINA for actually doing the right thing and putting the vote out there to restrict transgender women from competing at the elite level of swimming and taking a stance with other sports, hopefully following their lead And the hard restrict they put on it is that once a male goes through puberty, he will not be able to be a trans athlete competing with other women at least the highest level of swimming. So I have to congratulate FINA. What you guys have to know is the heavy politics of FINA is the president comes from an Arabic country, and they don't fly with that stuff over there. So there was a lot of influence from his side where that could never be passed under a president that comes from an Arabic country that does not support that sort of stuff at all. I mean, they go even as far as in movie scenes, they won't release the movie if you don't cut out certain scenes that show same gender stuff happening. So congratulations to FINA. They haven't done a lot of things right recently, but they made the right decision here. Way to go. We haven't ranted about this. I know it's a touchy subject. If we've lost certain trans people to our show, farewell. But there's my rant for the week, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so we lost transgenders and Oklahoma. All right.
There goes Oklahoma once again for the 5th week. Bye-bye, Oklahoma officially.
Cut that out. Cut that one.
We're live.
No, but by the way, why did the OKC Thunder draft 2 centers within 2 picks? Why would you even do that? Peace, Oklahoma.
Like Baker Mayfield anyways.
I think Pat's time for bed.
Bro, it's bed pass.
By the way, nobody's ever going to get to 1 hour and 50 of the show, so nobody would have this rant, so we probably didn't upset anybody. So I'll just go out and say, fuck them. Good job, team.
It was at this time that Jamie has left the show.
We decided to make a change. And...
All right, wait. Let's throw fuck Bangladesh too. How about that?
No. We're not talking about that here right now because that's just asking for the episode to get taken down.
So Trey, you got any? Have you been following the draft coverage? What are your first thoughts since you joined a little bit later? So what were your thoughts on the first 14 picks?
I mean, I was a little bit late, so I only got to catch so much. I've been on the move. I mean,
what do you think of Ben Carroll going first?
Ben Carroll did not go first.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He did.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Ben Carroll, Chet Holmgren, and
Jabari went 3rd.
I thought Paolo went 1.
Paolo went 1. That's Ben Carroll.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was that's it. Okay. I thought Paolo went 1. I'm like,
they're one and the same.
Okay. No, I was surprised. Honestly, I thought they were going to take Chet, so that kind of surprised me.
Jabari went 3rd.
My assumption is I thought they were going Chet once, so that kind of surprised me. But I don't know. This was a hard year because it wasn't like that Zion year. We all knew this guy's going first, and all these teams at the top. There was a lot of need there, in all these teams at the top. Yeah, OKC's a whole new team, basically. I really don't trust most of what the Magic got in general. I don't care what anybody, wants to ride the Markel Fultz train, all those type of things. I don't really
it's
love
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and a bunch of rookies.
What's my guy, Isaac? I don't know if I trust him to stay in the courts. I mean, the Magic, to me, that's a lot of open game. I think Shai will be going from OKC anyway soon. So, everybody at the top of me had,
think about it. I mean, ultimately, with the Lakers, I was just thinking about this for now, because that's your team. The Lakers don't have a pick, but ultimately, as long as LeBron's on the team, they don't draft
they have a pick
with
now.
LeBron. They usually give away picks when they have any team that LeBron's on.
The Lakers,
guys,
they traded to get 35.
Yeah,
Oklahoma went center. Why are we not saying that that's pretty bonehead?
Who?
Oklahoma City drafted 3 centers with the first 15 picks in the draft.
Well, they just want to back a wall.
They want a big guy.
Can't shoot at the basket if you can't see it.
Bro, they just went with 3 centers. Why would you ever do that? Has anybody ever, other than Minnesota going point guard, they went center.
Exactly what I was going to say. It's the Minnesota point guard. Right.
I wonder if they're going to give them
and
a
they
D+.
didn't even pick the right point guard.
They passed up on
4 point guards go before him.
I read something this week that they said that the Warriors should send a ring to Minnesota for Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
And your boy Johnny Flynn going 6.
Yeah, I know.
Weren't those back?
Love that guy. Hold up.
Back-to-back
Hold up.
picks.
Hold up. Don't end this.
Okay.
No, he's about to get a Flynn jersey,
The
isn't he?
Minnesota
Yes, he
Timberwolves.
has one. It's blue.
He has a Flynn
Minnesota
jersey.
Timberwolves.
He has
have
either the
selected
blue or the
Jake
orange one.
LaRavia.
I forgot which one he has.
Jake LaRavia, huh?
Wait for it.
That's a shocker.
Is that trade going to the Grizzlies, or was that the Grizzlies pick that got traded to them? Which way?
It's a
I
proposed trade
believe
to
that
the
was
Grizzlies.
It's
Grizzlies.
proposed
to
to the
them.
Grizzlies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, OKC's
It's
definitely
on the
shipping
ticker
out
on the
two of
bottom,
those.
Trey. I have where everybody got
I
traded.
have the
How-
only Minnesota
My bad.
Timberwolves
I'm like,
Johnny
out
Flynn
the screen.
jersey ever made.
that exists.
Wow.
Ever.
Only one.
He doesn't.
Only one.
Johnny Flynn doesn't.
He
have
doesn't
that.
even have that.
Yeah,
Johnny
that's
Flynn doesn't even have this.
Yeah, they stole that in the lobby of his first
Johnny,
ever
that's
game, and
where
they
it
never
went.
gave it back. They threw
That's
it
where
away.
it went. He's
I
been
was gonna
looking
say,
for it for so many
this-
years.
This is the moment when Johnny Flynn walks on camera and goes, "Give me that."
I'd appreciate it. Anytime,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Give me a guess,
Anytime.
my
My
Anytime
door's
Johnny
open.
wants to be on.
Y'all think we can get him a guest, as a guest, Johnny? Yeah.
Yo,
I
Jake
mean-
LaVine, the guy who just got drafted, looks like McLovin.
Yes, he
McLovin
does.
became an athlete.
Blake Wesley.
Oh my God, you're
I
right.
can't believe Walker Kessler.
Blake Wesley. I think a lot of people are questioning his footwork. He was not
Right.
projected to go high.
Yeah. Sure.
I think that was the knock. I know that was the knock on him when he was at USC, is that he was good defensively and a good around the rim, but his speed, like getting down the court, he wasn't good in transition.
Oh,
And
McLovin
in a-
can throw down.
Yeah, no, Laravia's a good player. Laravia's
Yeah,
a good
McLovin
player.
can throw down. Mhm.
Yeah.
Like your hand.
Right, Riley
Jeez.
made it. Riley made it.
What's up, Ry?
That's Riley.
I'm with her. I'm tired.
But in all honesty, what is OKC going to do with the other two centers? I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it.
Get the
Run all
ball.
big man out.
Yeah.
Run all big man out.
It's Shea Gillis.
They did say they're going to shop one of them to Detroit.
Change
Yeah,
light
better.
bulbs.
They better be good at defense. Get them all on the
Shit.
same court.
There you go, Shay. We're rebuilding the team around you with 3 7-footers. Hope you're happy.
So they'll play Holmgren at the 3 because he only weighs 195
It's
pounds.
like that. It's like
True.
that.
They'll play Williams at the 5 because he's like 7'10".
What's that movie? What's that movie with Will Ferrell and he plays for the Tropic?
Wait.
Semi-pro?
Semi-pro.
Wait,
Jamie.
What's the name of the movie?
Jamie.
Semi-pro.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's like that. It's like where he throws the ball to the guy and he throws it back to him and just keeps passing.
Jamie.
That's going to be Shea Alexander, the center. No, you. No, you. No,
Andre
you.
3000.
Right back. All you. Rock. You. Jamie. Jalen Williams is not a center.
Huh?
Jalen Williams is not a center. He's a shooting guard.
Oh, I thought they took. Okay, I confused the picks. And I thought they took. Mark Williams as well.
No.
Where's Marco?
The Hornets took Mark Williams. The Hornets went
the Hornets took
center.
Mark Williams. Okay. The
Hey, bro, you
Hornets
got
went
a
center.
trash bag behind you.
I got
That's
what?
right. Huh?
Trey, you got a trash bag behind you on the couch.
Trash baby. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That red trash bag behind you.
Don't know what you're talking about. I got a championship behind me.
You might want to just throw it out. Like, you can throw it out.
I don't have anything.
Hard
behind me.
though. I mean,
I have a championship.
I have lamp.
they're the champs. You know that.
Dog.
The champs. What?
Dog. At least you pointed
Dog.
you pointed the right way.
I have championship things going on. Here.
I know you do. I have ass kickings, and I was there.
Not this year. You got it this year.
No,
Hey,
we
can I-
got an ass
No,
kick.
he was talking to Georgia game. But
Hey, can I go to bed?
No.
Sure. All right, Pat.
You guys lucky my rant wasn't congrats to Kentucky for 13 straight years of having somebody in the lottery.
You signing off, Pat?
I'm signing off. And
Jamie,
on that
Jamie,
note,
no one-
they still lost to St. Peter's.
No
Good
one
night.
cares. Jamie, no one cares.
Well,
So
Duke dominated the draft so far, so not surprised by that.
The Spurs, I think, are going to draft for the future. I think they're. I don't. I mean, I
I think
can't,
they're
What's
gonna
the
draft
what part
Tata.
of the future though? Is the
I think they're
question.
going to draft
Tai
Tata.
Tai?
but that's the thing is like, are they going to want?
He does not fit that culture at all, man. He does not fit a Spurs culture.
No, because I don't think. Look, ultimately, I don't think Popovich is sticking.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He don't look healthy.
Yeah, but the culture doesn't change when Popovich leaves, so he doesn't fit that.
But I mean, he don't look healthy. He don't look healthy though. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like he need to retire. That's a good time.
Check this out. Mike, you'd appreciate this one, Mike. One of my young swimmers, the seats they have is right by the commentator's box, and he got a Marc Messier signature on his Marc Messier. I don't know what year it was, but it was a Rangers card. So he got Marc's autograph, and he got a picture with him last night at the game.
Steal that for Mike.
Yeah, Jamie, I want you to beat up that kid and take.
Challenge him to a race in the pool.
Yeah, whoever gets the card.
I'll tie my legs together and I'll just look like a drowning dolphin.
I'll come down. Let me challenge him. I still think I got one good one in me.
You still got it?
A little bit. One.
Mike will come up like.
No, as my dad and uncles like to say, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Nice.
Malachi Branham. I think he was.
What about Liddell here?
I mean, I think Liddell could have went over the last, but what hurt him is that he went 4 years. That's what hurt him.
That hurt him, and he's undersized for his.
Hey, he's only 6'1".
Yeah, he's small.
He's a small guard. Like so, and he can't shoot. So at 6'1", you're expected to shoot.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing is like I read something on Facebook. I think Facebook or Instagram. It was saying like Steph Curry ruined. They said ruined the game, but I think he enhanced the game. But
he changed the game.
Everyone needs to shoot.
Malachi Branham.
Not from 42 feet though. Not from 42 feet away from the basket. That's why I say.
But I mean, the guys are now starting. Now people are starting to learn how to shoot and go to shooting camps and putting on shooting camps and really.
What you consider that a basketball player learning how to shoot to be a better basketball player?
Well, think about it. Did Shaq go and learn how to shoot at 7 foot?
No, what I'm trying to say, but you mold the position.
I know, but I'm saying like it's changed in that aspect where you're in 7 footers that are learning how to shoot. What is our big criticism on Ben Simmons? He doesn't shoot. He can't shoot. 6'8", 6'10".
But it's not just he can't shoot. Ben is not willing to shoot. It's
not willing, correct.
Yeah, because
he's not even willing to make a layup.
You at least gotta make me think you might shoot. He's at the point where you're like, I don't care if I don't go out there. I know you're not gonna do it.
That's really sad when you get like the still shot of them playing defense on him and everybody's back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows that he's not even gonna think about it.
Because if he takes it to the hole, he's still going to pass up on a floater, and he's going to kick that out too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I wouldn't.
Like Marcus Smart can't shoot, but he's willing to do it.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, if I was a pro player playing like any team with Ben Simmons on it, I wouldn't be afraid of him. I get it.
We got a Vincent St. Mary's athlete here. He went to LeBron's.
He's first Mr. Basketball there. He's the first Mr. Basketball there. Ohio.
Oh, since LeBron. As you say, you tell me LeBron was not Mr. Basketball?
No, I'm saying since LeBron.
Since LeBron. When you say
basketball. Yeah, they literally made LeBron a basketball.
Yeah. They're good
he is the basketball.
He is.
Poor kid. The kid goes from spending his whole life in Ohio to San Antonio, Texas now. Here we go.
Okay, we had a good topic about these guys blowing their money, as soon as they get in the league and stuff like that. And I said when they get these NIL deals, they should be forced to take either a financial advising class, go see a financial advisor, and or take classes on how to invest your money or how to handle money of that amount, talk to former players, stuff like that. Not that they're not doing it already, but it'd be mandatory so that most of these are one and dones, right? So like most of them are going to get $5 million contract. Do you think that like it should be mandatory?
The hard part of the mandatory thing, and the reason I don't want to say mandatory, you're in the dope. I don't know. Nobody makes the rest of us take mandatory classes on how to manage our money. People go bankrupt every day. And if you were, kids get out 19, go get 12 credit cards and go bankrupt. We don't mandatory make them do it.
I get you. That's a good point.
To say because they got.
Yeah, but those kids don't walk into the opportunity. The credit is limited. These guys unfortunately have the mentality that I have an unlimited amount of money because it just seems like that, right? Like you go all of a sudden from never having more than $300 in your bank account to possibly having 3 million, in a matter of no time. So depending on, certain sports with sign-in bonuses and stuff like that. So I think the scenario is much more like knowing that this is potentially an opportunity to mismanage a considerable amount of money that can really help your family out. You kind of want to anticipate to help the individual knowing it might happen. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, all freshmen from any enrollment, high school and college, should take more financial courses on simple budget. And then if you walk into an insane amount of money, it doesn't matter. You learn how to live on a simple budget. Despite John brought up a Gronk, like he's the exception, but
to that point, Trey and Jamie, I know we're going back ways like 2 hours now since we had that conversation, but now just thinking about that, like, exactly what you said, Trey. Like, yeah, I don't know anybody in the school, but these are the 1% in the school that are getting a free ride. So that actually the school is paying for them to be there and saying we want you here. So I don't know. I think it's like in a way like saying like, okay, we're investing all this money into you. We're investing this time into you, where we could use that scholarship towards maybe 5 kids that needed it, right? I'm not saying they don't need it, but I'm saying in general. But why not have these kids, like Jamie said, like they get their classes set for them already. So why not just set their classes and say, hey, these are the classes you want to take. The reason why is because you don't want to fail. And let's just say they have like AI come in, because AI is one of the most proponent ones that lose a ton of money and almost go bankrupt. Didn't he go bankrupt? I think he went bankrupt, didn't he?
I mean, AI blew crazy money.
But now he does less. Now he talks to these young guys like, "Hey man, save that money. Don't blow that shit. I was dumb and blew that shit." Like I remember, I heard J.R. Smith say, "I was stupid with money when I first got in the league. I was throwing it into clubs for what? For what? And I heard that interview. I think it was on the what was it, barbershop one? No, it was the one with Brandon Marshall.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I can't think of it. But I know.
He basically said he was an idiot because he was stupid because he's throwing 60 grand, boom, throwing in a strip club or throwing in the club when he could have been investing that into himself and better himself and his family. He looks back at that and he says, I was dumb and I wish I had that guidance. And that's what sparked my interest in that aspect.
No, I mean, do I think they should? Yes. I don't think it should be mandatory.
I got you. Okay.
I think they should, but to make it mandatory, because the thing is this. Okay, so I get what you're saying with being an investment, but at the same time, you also, while saying investment, before said one and done. The one and done isn't only but so much of an investment because they only got the kid for a semester.
Yeah, true.
So if you got John Wall, for example, in Kentucky back then, they're not really investing long term in him. They got the kid for a semester. He goes about his business, and that's it. Now, is it a smart idea? Yes. If I had a son and he was going, I would suggest him to do that. But I think all kids should do something like that. But there's some of the schools do bring in, like Claret, for example. He goes back to Ohio State. He goes to inner city places and tries to tell like high school kids, don't take the path I took. So, but then at the same time, if I require you to do as a class, that don't mean you're gonna pay attention. How many athletes? I mean, look, for example, UNC. Right. The big UNC scandal where they had people doing the homework for them. Some of these kids ain't going to take it seriously regardless. Or then you get some kids who maybe do, like a Cardell Jones, for example. That was the same kid who said, I'm not coming here to play school. And then he matured later because he just happened to stay longer. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to stay longer to get my education. So you can require it. That don't mean everybody can respond to it. I think it should be there. I think the school should do more to help for sure. Because some kids will be responsible. I just don't know if you can make it mandatory because, I don't know, some of the kids not. I think financial literacy, even beyond college, to be honest with you, that should be something, I guess this is a sports podcast, but that should be something to me that should be taught back in high school. Because you got kids who go to a trade school and they don't know how to write a check, balance a checkbook, or their money, and just they didn't go to college don't mean they shouldn't get the ability to learn how to pay their bills. That's something.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Jamie said too. Yeah. Well, that's what Jamie said too, and that's a good point. Is because you have to be in high school and you have to take these classes. So, like, might as well put these classes in the rotation of your daily. one thing that would be a good idea for these schools is ultimately have some eye candy. Like if you brought in, let's just say, okay, Allen Iverson's going to be here for a week talking to us. That's that would entice them. Like, oh shit, yeah, he's going to be here. I could meet him, I talk to him, ask questions, stuff like that, and like they'll be more enticed to. And I know it's very difficult to do because it's probably going to cost a lot, but like those type of things, like a lot of these schools are not poor. Like they can afford this stuff. You know what I mean? So I get your point with that, and I totally understand. I think it's tough. I just think I feel so bad for some of these kids that come out, but ultimately they're also grown adults. You're considering a grown adult at 18 too. So don't tell me what you don't know what $1 million looks like. I don't know what it looks like, but I know if I got it, I would definitely invest it. I would splurge a little bit, but I would invest it. But I'm also 30, right? So like, we're older now. But like for me, like I just feel like that's the disadvantage that schools are giving these kids that not allowing them to, have that resource while they're playing at a high level. I think we lost Jamie.
We did lose Jamie. All right, so in the meantime, during that discussion, guys, Ousmane Dieng got traded from the Knicks to the Thunder for multiple first-round picks.
God, the Thunder picked up mad picks today.
The Nuggets just picked Christian Brown, and the Grizzlies just picked Walker Kessler.
Wow. That's actually not a bad pick.
No, that's not a bad pick at all.
I don't get the Thunder with trying to always hold 40 picks. At a certain point, man, you got to draft. Like at a certain point,
no, they're drafting. They're literally picking up an entirely new starting lineup tonight.
Now, for you as a Lakers, would you rather have more picks or less picks at this point? Because I mean, having LeBron, would you rather have? You've seen him fail now with a veteran-heavy team. Would you rather see him go young, draft a couple young guys, and build his team like that, or no?
I mean, if you build that way, you just build him for after LeBron, which is perfectly fine too.
But
yeah, which I'm perfectly fine with too as a Lakers fan. At that, you're just building for after LeBron in that case. LeBron ain't never been able to play with a whole bunch of young dudes, even when LeBron was a young dude.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think about it,
he's always played with older dudes. Yeah,
LeBron's always shipped out. I mean, when you had Gauskas and all those dudes, the Cavs the first time, and he gets down to the Heat, and then what do? You bring in Mike Miller, you bring in Juwan Howard quickly, you bring in Mike Bibby, which old dudes. He comes back to Cleveland. What do? They go get Chris Anderson to come up. They go get Sean Marion, a whole bunch of older dudes. LeBron's always played with older dudes. That's why Andrew Wiggins got shipped off because he wasn't going to play with a young dude. But I'm okay if they go get young dudes. I don't mind it because the way they're set up right now, they're not about to win the ring at this point. And right now, they're doing the typical LeBron thing of we're about to tank the franchise, trying to go get him a ring, and then we'll be left with no picks, no LeBron, and nothing.
You like that? You like the Kyrie?
I don't mind if it just to throw something on the wall. I just don't want him for a 5-year contract because I don't trust him for that. I trust him for a year, maybe a year with an option. But I'm not. I wouldn't want to give him 5. I just don't trust him that much for 5 years.
Well, guys, we've been on for over 2 hours. I think everybody's getting tired, so maybe it's time to call it a night for our draft special. What you guys think?
We'll let the GMs handle the rest of the night.
Yeah, let the GMs handle the rest of the night. So, thank you guys all out there for watching. Anybody that watched tonight at any point, we appreciate anybody that was able to watch. Give us a like. Check us out. This was a fun show. I don't know about you guys, but I had a great time. Thank you, Trey, for joining in late because it was awesome to have you, man. And for nearly winning Stump the Squad when he jumps in 2 minutes as we start Stump the Squad. He's like, you know what? Let me just go in there and get a win. So check us out every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube. There at the bottom ticker is where we're at, all of our links. And Thursdays at 8 for more of our wild banter and fun. So talk to you guys next week.
See you guys.
Cool.